going in with momentum, but who cares? Two good teams face each other. You got to go in an away environment and go win the game.
I want to see how they adjust their game plan to protect Jalen Hurts, because they're not in here just to win one game.
Saquon blocking, they rested him. He didn't want to break the record, so he's well rested.
Here we go. Game day on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, Sirius XM, Channel 80. We are presented by Progressive Insurance. I'm Kevin Clark alongside Justin Pugh. The Packers and Eagles are kicking off right now. I see Kevin Burkhardt in a nice little sweater under that suit, and Tom Brady looking good, as always, in his nice little suit. If I were on TV, I would spend 90% of my salary just buying nice suits, Justin Pugh.
Yeah, I would go with the Michael Strahan line. You know, I'm a big Strahan guy. He's hooked me up with a couple suits, so I got to give him his love, man. You get a little Strahan suit on, go to the Men's Warehouse, wherever you got to get it. I mean, that's always my go-to. But yeah, I mean, the suits, it was always a thing when I played. Tom Coughlin always had you in a suit, and then Cliff Kingsbury kind of let us be a little more lax. And it was always easier being a little more lax while you're traveling. But if you're sitting there calling a game, throw the suit on, look good, call a good game. What is your take on Brady's commenting throughout this year? I know he's got some praise and some hate.
Yeah, I'd say this. The best analysts treat it like it's a sport. Like they're still playing, right?
Yeah.
And I had Troy Aikman on my show in September, and one of the things that they said to me before I never met Troy Aikman, and they said, listen, he's going to be, if you say be there at 10 a.m., he's going to be there at 9:59. And he's going to have all of his notes. He can do all that because he views being an analyst like you're playing, like he was playing in the game on Monday, because he still views it as that. And I think with Brady, I think the biggest thing is starting to understand that, like, and he will. I think he will figure it out. Like, starting to understand, like, you got to prep for these games as if you're playing in them. Otherwise, you don't have the insights that other people have. So the long way of saying Brady will figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched enough of Tom Brady. So today I'll probably sit back and watch this game and really get a chance to listen to him. Yeah, he's the GOAT for a reason. I think he's obviously going to continue to figure it out. It was tough because Greg Olson's such a good commentator. I always enjoyed listening to him. So I think that it was kind of, you're going into a loaded booth there where it's like, hey, you're replacing a fan favorite out there, and now you're supposed to be the A team, and this is your first time ever doing it. So I think there's a little bit of grace, and he'll continue to get better and better. My biggest fear actually is if you're the owner of the Raiders next year, it's going to be more difficult to get into these buildings, because I don't think he's officially on that yet, right?
And also I would say this. If you're the owner of the Raiders, if you're Mark Davis, like, don't you want Tom Brady to be either in or out? You know, like, I feel like either he comes in and makes a decision, he's firing the coach or having some say in the coach and the quarterback and all that stuff. At some point, it's like, come on, man, come in 40 hours a week into the facility. But that's a discussion for another time. Real quick, as we kick off, the American flag is on the field. Give me your score prediction for Packers-Eagles.
Score prediction for the Packers and Eagles. All right, I'm going to go the Eagles to win by 10 points. Yeah. I'm going to go 31-21 Eagles.
I was going to say something like 37-27. I think the Eagles are going to be able to score. All right, if you're able to, please help people affected by the California wildfires in 2025. Donate at redcross.org/ESPN. That's redcross.org/ESPN to help the Red Cross respond and help people recover. Let's get to Monday night.
Vikings at Rams.
All right, Vikings 2.5-point favorites. Vikings 14-3, Rams 10-7. ESPN, ABC, ESPN Plus, ESPN2, Manningcast. What are the keys here, Justin Pugh?
It's whose playmakers are going to go out there and make the game-changing plays. And that's where I look to Justin Jefferson. That's where I look to Jordan Addison. And I think that they are going to be able to put this team over the top. I think when it comes to quarterback play, clearly the Los Angeles Rams have the advantage with Matthew Stafford, but there's something up with this team. And I would have picked the Rams all day long, twice on Monday night, but there's something off the way they finished the regular season without any momentum. We saw this with Philadelphia last year. When you limp in and something's off, it doesn't just get fixed with a bye week and some rest. The Minnesota Vikings have been playing great football all year long. I thought they were frauds. They clearly have shown they are not. This Brian Flores defense is going to be flying around. Ivan Pace Jr. is going to be making plays in the middle linebacker position. And I think Sam Darnold, Justin Jefferson do enough to get the win.
How much does week 18 or week 17, depending on when the season ends?
Yeah, right.
You played for a lot of 16-game, 17-week seasons. How much does that matter? Like, how much is the last week before? As long as you're not resting your starters, but if you limp into the playoffs, does that matter, or can you wipe the slate clean?
It depends how much of a veteran team you have, right? And the Los Angeles Rams have a very young team outside of Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp and Rob Havenstein, their right tackle. So I think it is going to be a little bit tougher to shake that one off. The Minnesota Vikings have been in a lot of big games. The Los Angeles Rams haven't been in, they're not in the most competitive division in football, too. So I think the Vikings have played more playoff games already, quote unquote. I'm doing air quotes as I'm saying that because they've had to play the Lions multiple times. They've had to play the Green Bay Packers in huge environments. So I think the Minnesota Vikings are a little more callous to that. And I think it's going to show when they play on Monday night.
We'll see. I think that McVay is a really good coach. I think Kevin O'Connell, I mentioned the Peyton interview earlier. If I said to Peyton, because we had some success last year, I said, which coach would you want to play for in these playoffs last year? And he said, Kyle Shanahan. So I said, all right, Shanny's not in these playoffs. Tell me who you'd want to play for. He said, Kevin O'Connell. And he said that you see that Sam Darnold video and you go, that's where I want to play. Like that the kind of empowerment there, all that stuff. I'm intrigued to see it. I think that it's going to be close. I think if we're looking for a classic, I'm getting worried here. I don't know if you are, that we're not going to have a competitive game this weekend. And as part of that's the 2-7 stuff and the way they've expanded the playoffs and the matchups and all that stuff. But I'm looking at this and saying, all right, man, I don't know if we're going to have a competitive game in this next window. I don't know if we're going to have a competitive. We'll see what happens with Commanders Bucks. That might be a tight one, but it's not necessarily a classic because there's not two Super Bowl contenders. Let's give me something on Monday night, Vikings and Rams.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, I'm nervous about the Rams. I haven't seen something down the stretch here. They look great in the middle of the season. But yeah, you're right. Hopefully this Green Bay Packers, Philadelphia Eagles competitive. I think tonight's going to be a shootout. And then it's like kind of whatever we get from the Rams and the Vikings on Monday night is just icing on the cake. And that's really what I'm looking for. Just don't disappoint us. Don't have this game be a snooze fest. I know people love their defense at times. I'm a guy who likes to see some points put on the board and some good defense, some splash defensive plays. But I don't want to watch a 13-9 game with the LA Rams and the Minnesota Vikings, which I don't think it will be with the offensive firepower the Vikings are bringing to the table.
Sam Darnold talked this week about how people really only remember what you did in the playoffs, not the regular season.
Obviously this is the time when, people that, whether, guys are in the league for a long time, whether they've been with the same team for a long time, whether they're going, bouncing around the league, it's kind of, where legacies, I guess, are made in the playoffs, not just winning games, but winning, those later games like AFC, NFC championships, winning Super Bowls. Like that's how you're going to be remembered at the end of the day. Looking 50 years down the line, that's what people are going to remember.
He's right about that. I know that's exactly right. Nobody talks about the wild card. Sorry, Justin, you played some great wild card games, but no one in 30
not
years.
Not for me.
Yeah, well, but nobody in 30 years is going to say, "Ooh, that divisional round," whatever. The only reason these games have any consequence after the fact, if they're divisional wild card games, is because they ended up at the Super Bowl. Whatever. 13 seconds loses its resonance if the Chiefs don't make the Super Bowl after that. So,
playoffs are where legends are made. I actually love that quote from Sam Darnold. I think that's the great way to approach it. I think he approached this season let me revive my career, and he's going to approach these playoffs with that same mentality. No one thinks I have a chance. Everyone is counting it out. But man, it is going to be a great, I don't want to say a great environment. I'm looking at a great environment on TV right now. The Philadelphia Eagles fans all got rally towels and they're going nuts with it. It will be a good environment in Arizona, and it's going to be some good football. I think there's going to be a lot of Skull fans out there.
Real quick before we get to break, Jerry Dulac, who covers the Steelers, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, this is not a surprise, said that the Steelers are not going to move on from Mike Tomlin. So if you have any fantasies about that, put those to rest, because they're not it's not going to happen. Mike Tomlin's going to come back,
my gosh,
barring something crazy. Meanwhile, we have a play, a special teams play. Do we do a chime? Do we do a special teams chime? Can we get a special teams chime? All right, the Green Bay Packers have fumbled the opening kickoff. What's going on at the bottom of this pile?
Burks absolutely tattoos Keyshawn Nixon. And it looks like Nixon gets the ball back, but it gets ripped out by Jeremiah Trotter. Oh, my. See, Cooper DeJean's jumping in there. I mean, this Philadelphia Eagles team, could you draw up a better start? The link
squared up on that hit, man.
Give me a decibel check right now on Lincoln Financial Field. It's got to be 150 decibels at the moment.
Oh, that was such a hit. That's exactly what Philadelphia wanted to start their playoffs.
It's
man, and you're exactly right. Nixon got his hands back on the ball. It was just that there was such a huge pile.
Cooper DeJean is telling the fans here that this play is under further review. Can you imagine if this changes?
Well, the interesting thing is Oren Burks definitely made forceful contact with the crown of his helmet. And I think that's what Matt LaFleur was saying on the sideline to the officials, including Brad Allen, that was forceful contact with the crown of Burks' helmet right to the head of Keyshawn Nixon. And it absolutely was.
Yeah, it was. It was, and we'll see if that changes things at all on this. Mike Wimmer is the replay official. Brad Allen, the veteran referee, is in charge today. Well, you know, yesterday the Texans game was interesting throughout. There were so many crazy things that were happening. This is a rather interesting way to start this football game.
Yeah, this does not happen very often. The opening kickoff might have the possession change multiple times.
Right.
If you're Oren Burks, that is very, very dangerous to hit with the top of your head like that. I mean, that's how neck injuries happen. And they're talking about it right now. You don't see this very often, but both teams' offenses are on the field. The Eagles' offense isn't budging, but the Packers' offense came back out on the field. They think they're getting the ball.
All right, here's
After
Brad
reviewing
Allen.
the play, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
Right.
If you're Oren Burks, that is very, very dangerous to hit with the top of your head like that. I mean, that's how neck injuries happen. And they're talking about it right now. You don't see this very often, but both teams' offenses are on the field. The Eagles' offense isn't budging, but the Packers' offense came back out on the field. They think they're getting the ball.
All right, here's
After
Brad
reviewing
Allen.
the play, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
Can we say wow on that?
Absolutely. You know, Tom, I'm so curious why they said the ruling on the field stands if they didn't see the crown of the. And that is the Eagles' bread and butter run play. It's inside zone. They run it better than any team in the NFL. Every offensive lineman in concert with each other takes the same footwork to the left, then they get vertical. The double teams knocking the Packers back. That was super impressive for the first play of the game.
Down to the 12-yard line, 1st and 10 near hash mark, moving from right to left. Blasingame is the fullback, offset eye formation. In motion is Calcaterra. They go to Saquon again, starts to the right, cuts to the left, and he is stood up at the 11-yard line. A gain of 1. T.J. Slayton makes the tackle for the Packers. And this is a good defense for the Green Bay Packers.
It's a very good defense. You know, they have not played as well the last couple weeks, but they've got some guys back in this game that they really missed. Quay Walker at the linebacker position, getting Evan Williams back at safety is huge, and even Slayton gives them a better defensive tackle, especially against the run.
Gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. The ball spotted at the 11-yard line. Devontae Smith in motion. Kurtz out of the gun. Will throw for the first time. Dancing in the pocket. Pulls back to the 26. Looks toward the end zone. Fires toward the back of the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Eagles! Jahan Dotson. He said he would make an impact, and he makes an impact right out of the gate. It's 6-0 Philadelphia.
You almost almost feel bad for the Packers secondary on that one. Jalen Hurts had at least 6 seconds with which to throw. Now here's the deal. The Packers do not want to let Jalen Hurts escape out of the pocket, so they're trying to stay in their lanes, but that's ridiculous. I mean, if any quarterback has 6 seconds, he's eventually going to find the touchdown.
Here's the point after by Jake Elliott. Good snap, good hold. Kick is right through the middle. And off the turnover, the Eagles have taken a 7-0 lead with 13:21 to play here in the first quarter. This is Westwood One's coverage of the NFL playoffs.
Sponsored by Pfizer. Ready to tackle RSV
This is an ad by BetterHelp. Every January brings you 365 blank pages waiting to be filled. What do you want your 2025 story to be?
Learner. Smile Train. Lighting up the world with smiles for 25 years.
The Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council present the story of Cynthia and Ed.
My mother was always very active and independent, and she was familiar with her neighborhood. But one day, out of the blue, she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn or just stay at the stop sign. She wasn't even really sure where she was at. She was very concerned. It was very unsettling for her.
It's important for you to talk to someone about it, to bring the family in on it. I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you and we'll figure it out.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
The unexpected happens every day. When it does, head to Kohl's and Kohls.com for everything your family needs. Kohl's, where families come first. Well, the unexpected happened on the first play of today's game. The Eagles on the kickoff forced the fumble and then rolled it into the end zone on an 11-yard touchdown pass from Jalen Hurts to Jahan Dotson, who said this week, he said, I have the ability. People forget, I was a first-round pick at one point. Obviously, they got him for the Commanders and much heralded.
Well, and I think he showed that he can play at least a competent level in that last game,
yes.
Week 18 against the Giants. I mean, Tanner McKee really featured Dotson in that game, which I think only helped spur on his confidence moving forward.
We'll see again what Nixon can do on the kickoff. He'll take it at the goal line on the far side to the 5, outside the numbers to the 15, cuts to the 20, to the middle of the field, coming to the near side, runs away from Jeremiah Trotter and ripped down by Kenneth Gainwell at the 23-yard line. He went a long way for a 23-yard return. And now Jordan Love will get his first opportunity, although there is a flag. Brad Allen is going to confer with his partners in crime. Looks like it's holding. Brad Allen's trying to see where they're marking.
During the run, holding, return team number 86, 10-yard penalty from the end of the play, first down.
Well, this is just not going well. John Fitzpatrick called for the holding penalty. It's not going well for the Packers right out of the gate here. Down 7-0. And Jordan Love, the fifth-year pro out of Utah State, who's been battling shoulder soreness. He's got 173 consecutive throws without an interception. His offensive line, Walker, Jenkins, Myers, Ryan, and Tom across the way. In the backfield is Josh Jacobs. 1,329 yards this year. Eagles showing blitz from the near side. Zach Bond is on the edge. He's the outstanding middle linebacker. Love out of the gun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, drops back to pass from the 4 to the middle of the field, overthrows his intended receiver, and it was nearly intercepted by C.J. Gardner-Johnson, intended for Dontavian Wicks.
And that's right there, Tom, the thing to watch with Jordan Love coming off this elbow injury, right? He had a nerve issue. He basically hit his funny bone last week against the Bears. He really didn't come back in the game because he had trouble with his last two fingers, his pinky and his ring finger, gripping and feeling the ball. There's some talk that maybe it affects his accuracy down the field. It absolutely did on that first throw.
Second down and 10 from the 13. They hand it to Jacobs, and Jacobs gets up to the 15-yard line. Nolan Smith makes the tackle. A gain of 2. It'll be third down and 8.
And this is the exact situation you wanted to stay out of if you're Green Bay. You get the Eagles to score a touchdown, they get a turnover, this place is even louder than it already was. Now you're in third and long. They must protect Love, give him a chance against one of the best secondaries in the NFL.
Love 25 touchdowns this year, 11 interceptions. He has trips to the left, 2 receivers to the right, empty backfield. Eagles showing blitz with a 4-man front. Love out of the gun, taps his foot, takes the snap, drops back to pass, looks to his left. He's in trouble. He bounces off one of his own offensive linemen, rolls to his left, and then throws it up for grabs down the left sideline. Incomplete. It'll be fourth down. It was Milton Williams who was using him as a pinball.
Terrific rush by Milton Williams going against the best offensive lineman for the Packers. Elton Jenkins, their left guard. He beat him one-on-one with a swim move. It's actually a stellar job by Jordan Love to not get sacked there, Tom. I mean, that could have been disastrous. He bounced off his own offensive lineman and was just able to get rid of it before Sweat took him down.
Cooper DeJean is back deep to receive at the 35-yard line for the Eagles. Whelan is on the punt. He's from the edge of his goal line. Punting from left to right. From the near hash mark. Gets this one off with no pressure. DeJean standing at the 35. Can return it. He's hit as he grabs it. And he's pushed back to the 34-yard line. Excellent special teams play by Bo Melton. It's a 50-yard punt. -1 on the return. Eagles up 7-0 with 12:09 to play in the first quarter. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
The Home Depot has up to 35% off select appliances like Samsung, ranked #1 in customer satisfaction. Shop the mega capacity 3-door French door refrigerator with 4 types of ice to chill your drink faster. Or the 5-burner electric range with no preheat air fry for healthier, crispy food all in your oven. Right now, get up to 35% off select appliances at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Visit jdpower.com/awards for more details. Pricing valid January 9th through January 29th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
Hey, Colorado football fans. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you are right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. BetMGM and GameSense reminds you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years of age or older to wager. Colorado only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
Navy Federal Credit Union can help you dominate debt with a 0% intro APR on credit card balance transfers for 12 months. And right now, you could get $250 when you spend $2,500 using a Cash Rewards or Cash Rewards Plus card. Visit NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. After the intro rate expires, variable APRs are 15.15% to 18% based on credit worthiness. Rates are subject to change. ATM fees for cash advances are up to $1 at non-Navy Federal ATM.
Looking to buy a home? Get expert advice on finding the right home, making an offer, and the latest market trends from realtors. Listen to Real Estate Today at podcast.realtor. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for the NFL playoffs and Super Bowl 59. Tom McCarthy and Ross Tucker here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Philadelphia, one of the better radio booths in the National Football League as far as location goes. Amber Theo Harris is down on the sidelines. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers professional-grade supplies and solutions made for every industry and backed by product experts. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop on by. 7-0 Eagles with 12:09 to play in the first quarter. They forced a turnover and scored on an 11-yard touchdown pass from Jalen Hurts to John Dotson. And now they'll begin again from the 35-yard line. Barkley in the backfield, standing next to Hurts, who's out of the gun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 1 to the left is A.J. Brown. Now, Devontae Smith comes in motion. Taking the snap is Hurts. He hands it off to Barkley. Barkley over the block of his right guard, gets up to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Why is he so explosive this year, Russ?
I think the biggest thing is he's always had that in his body, but when he was with the Giants, he just wasn't able to get up to speed often enough, right? You need a runway. He needs those 5 to 7 yards to get up to that 20-plus mile-per-hour speed he has.
Second down and 7 off the play fake. The toss to the left to A.J. Brown. He dives and makes the catch at the 47-yard line. He dove in front of Valentine. It's a gain of 9.
Eagles should get on the ball quickly just to make sure that was a catch and get a playoff before the Packers could consider challenging.
And they do. They hand it off to Barkley on first down. It goes over right guard again. Gets up toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 49. Quay Walker makes the tackle for the Packers. It's a gain of 1. It'll be second down and 9.
Tom, something to keep an eye on. A.J. Brown slipped on that play, still made the catch, but he got up pretty slow and pretty gimpy. He did not practice on Thursday. He's working through a knee issue. Devontae Smith, interestingly, did not practice on Friday, but A.J. Brown does not look to me like he's 100% out there right now.
Second down and 9. Hurts out of the gun. To his right is Barkley in the backfield. 5-man front for the Packers. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. It's Brown. Hurts takes the snap, drops back to pass, looks left, pressure's coming, throws left, pass is caught. It's caught at the 47-yard line of the Packers by Calcaterra. He's out of bounds after a gain of 4. It'll be third down. I think this is a massive third down for the Packers.
It really is. If they get a stop here, it's also a very interesting potential decision for Nick Sirianni, given where they are on the field. Jeff Hafley, the new DC for the Packers, he has a decision to make right now because they're just going with a cage rush to try to force Hurts to beat him from the pocket, but he's got way too much time. Alert quarterback run.
Empty backfield in motion is Barkley from the near side to the far side. He'll take the toss, trying to get to the edge, makes a man miss, and then is wrapped up and taken down. Javon Bullard makes the tackle, and that was an excellent tackle. He may have lost a yard on the play. It'll be fourth down.
That was a beautiful tackle by Javon Bullard and a huge play early in this game. A little surprised that the Eagles elected to go with a flare pass to Saquon Barkley out on the perimeter. Thought they might try to run it and at least get close enough so that fourth down was a decision for Nick Sirianni. Not the case after that play by Bullard.
Braden Mann is on the punt. He stands at his 39-yard line, punting from right to left. Jaden Reed, explosive, is out toward the 10-yard line of the Packers. Everybody's standing here at Lincoln Financial Field. Mann gets it off. It's not a high kick. It's a wobbler, and it bounces at the 4, goes into the end zone. I think that Jaden Reed took a chance, but the chance paid off. With the score, the Eagles 7, the Packers nothing. 9:13 to play here in the first quarter. Packers will get the ball back. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
So what if I need a new one? We have the right Duralast battery for you, only at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
And what about my old battery? We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
The rosters are in for the 2025 NFL Pro Bowl games presented by Verizon. Be there live to celebrate the NFL's biggest stars as they compete in an action-packed AFC versus NFC showdown, featuring flag football and skills competitions at Camping World Stadium on February 2nd. Don't miss NFL legends, celebrity coaches, and unforgettable fan moments. The Pro Bowl games presented by Verizon, Sunday, February 2nd. Tickets are on sale at probowl.com/tickets. Get yours today.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to goodrx.com/GLP. That's goodrx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
The NFL playoffs are here, and Wild Card Weekend continues with the Commanders and the Buccaneers next. Wild Card Weekend, powered by Verizon, rounds out tomorrow. Visit watch.nfl.com for the full schedule. And, of course, you can hear every NFL postseason game right here on Westwood One and the Westwood One and at WestwoodOneSports.com. All the home teams have won so far. The Eagles are up 7-0 here with 9:13 to play in the first quarter. The Packers will get the football.
And you said it, Tom. I'm going to reiterate. That was a gigantic play by Javon Bullard. You know, if the Eagles got up 2 scores, if they went, even if they just got one more first down, they'd probably get a field goal.
Chris Brooks enters the backfield for the Packers. Out of the gun is Love, and here comes Jacobs in motion to the backfield. He'll take the handoff. He goes over the block of his center, and he moves the pile a couple of yards to the 22-yard line. Jacoby Dean makes the tackle. Amber, Jordan Love is not wearing any kind of brace on that elbow.
Well, there were discussions throughout the week. Head medical trainer for the Packers, Brian Engel, said that they were discussing him wearing sort of a compression sleeve, like an NBA shooting sleeve that you see some of the NBA players wearing. It also would have a little bit of padding on the elbow, but in the end, Jordan Love decided not to wear it because he said, first of all, I don't need it, and second, I don't want to be reminded that it's there throughout the game.
That's a good point. If you're not used to it, it could be bothersome. By the way, L. Jenkins is down on the field. He's being looked at right now. He and C.J. Gardner-Johnson just smashed into each other as that play was happening.
Jenkins,
excuse me.
He was the pulling left guard, Elton Jenkins, and immediately you could see right after the collision, he was favoring that right shoulder, right arm. He's still kind of leaning that direction. He's struggling. He's in pain with that right arm shoulder area as he's walking off right now.
Russ, was that Nolan Smith or was it C.J. Gardner-Johnson?
It was Nolan Smith
yeah.
Was the guy coming off the edge. The Eagles go with a lot of 5-man fronts, and Nolan Smith, he's an undersized edge rusher, but boy, he is not afraid to bring the wood. He attacked the puller in Elton Jenkins.
Travis Glover, the rookie out of Georgia State, is in the ball game on the offensive line. Second down at 8. Ball spot at the 22-yard line. Love looking to throw. Throws left. Pass is complete to the left. He's shy of the first down. It's Quinyon Mitchell who made the tackle. Romeo Doubs made the catch for the Packers, a gain of 5.
Well, this will be different for Travis Glover. Rookie from Georgia State playing in the NFL playoffs against Jalen Carter. That would be an automatic slide for me if you're the Packers. What does that mean? That means anytime Jalen Carter would be over the rookie, you'd be sliding him. They might be sliding to Jalen Carter to double him regardless.
Third down at 8. Jaden Reed is in motion to the near side. Third down at 2, from the 28-yard line. Love moving from left to right, out of the gun, takes the low snap, throws to the near side. Pass is complete. Got Tucker Kraft, his tight ends, right along the Eagles' sideline for first down up to the 38-yard line. Gain of 5. They didn't need more than 2.
Very, very soft zone coverage there by the Eagles. Cooper DeJean was the underneath defender, but he was inside the numbers. Darius Slay was outside the numbers, but he was very deep. That was a really easy throw for Jordan Love and a critical first down just to try to give the defense some rest and get some momentum here.
Up to the 38-yard line, 7:35 to play, first quarter. Reed comes in motion into the backfield. Love out of the gun, hands the ball up to Jacobs, goes to his left, and he lowers his shoulder and powers up to the 42-yard line. Gain of about 3, maybe 4, and Jacoby Dean makes the tackle for the Eagles.
That's one of the reasons, too, why getting a first down or 2 is so important, right? It enables you to run the ball a little bit. It enables you to get some momentum and get some volume of run. Sometimes people say, why aren't they running the ball more? Well, if you keep getting 3 and outs, it's hard to run the ball all that much.
Yeah, Jacobs had 84 yards in the game earlier this season in Brazil. He's in the backfield. They move the tight end Musgrave in motion to the near side. One receiver to the right, one to the left. The pitch goes to Jacobs, running to his right. He's hitting the backfield. He cuts to his left. and gets up to the 44-yard line. Nolan Smith eventually makes the tackle, but he was able to get past Nakobe Dean and get a couple yards.
Yeah, he got 2 or 3 after Nakobe Dean had a great key and diagnose on the toss play. Nakobe Dean's the backside linebacker, but as soon as he recognized it might be tossed, he flew through there, could not get Jacobs down. It does bring up 3rd and very short. This opens up all of the underneath shallow crossing routes. You should be able to get 3rd and 3 with all the shallow crosses.
Chris Brooks is in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 3rd down and 3. They need to get to the 47. Love looking to throw. He's under pressure. He's sacked at the 31-yard line. Nakobe Dean had 6.5 in the regular season. Nolan Smith had 6.5 in the regular season, and he picks one up there for a loss of 14.
I can't even tell you how good that sack was by Nolan Smith. That was an inside move against the right tackle, Zach Tom. He beats him clean inside. So Jordan Love escapes to the outside, and the change of direction by Nolan Smith to do an inside move, then back outside and get this tech. You almost never see that.
So a loss of 14. It's 4th down for the 31-yard line. Wheelan will punt again. His second punt. DeGene back deep to receive. Rolls to the right. Gets it at the 19. Has blockers. Gets to the 25. Outside the numbers to the 30. And is eventually taken out of bounds after a return of 11 yards. The Eagles on top 7-0 here in the first quarter. 5:19 to play in the first. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
Taxes was taxing. Now taxes is relaxing when you file for free.
I can file for free? TurboTax Free Edition. Roughly 37% of filers qualify. Simple Form 1040 returns only. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free. I can file for free.
Now this is taxes. File for free with TurboTax Free Edition and get your maximum refund. No schedules except for earned income tax credit, child tax credit, and student loan interest. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free.
This new year, get started on your next success with University of Maryland Global Campus. Apply by February 12th and get your application fee waived. An accredited state university, UMGC offers online and hybrid classes, along with more than 135 degrees and certificates in in-demand fields like business, cybersecurity, healthcare, and more. Gain the skills and credentials you need to achieve your career goals. Get your application fee waived through February 12th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's football season, and now you can get anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Well, almost anything. You can't get a running back, but baby back ribs? Yes. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
Welcome back to Philadelphia, along with Ross Tucker and Amber Theo Harris, who's tougher than we are. I'm Tom McCarthy, and together with Navy Federal Credit Union, we'd like to thank you for joining us this wild card broadcast of the NFL playoffs on Westwood One, and give an extra special shout-out to over 1 million men and women in uniform stationed around the world in military bases and ships at sea defending our nation. Navy Federal Credit Union proudly serves the armed forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families. Our members are the mission. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. It's 7-0 Eagles with the football. 5:19 to play first quarter. Moving from right to left, the ball spotted at the 30-yard line. Hurts out of the gun. To his right, the backfield is Barkley. A.J. Brown comes in motion. They give it to Barkley. Running left, not much is there. Gets to the edge, sprints to the 35. Down to the 40. Cuts back to the right to the 45. And he's up to the 47-yard line. Quay Walker makes the tackle. There really wasn't much on the edge.
He was able to get a seal block on the edge, and then they had 2 pullers Cam Jurgens got a good block, and Landon Dickerson got a good block. And to your point, Tom, number 29 for the Packers, McKinney, he was right there. He's got to make that play. I mean, you're the free hitter as a safety. No one's even supposed to block. He took a poor angle, and Saquon dusted.
Gain of 17 yards. He's 5 for 38 so far on first down. They fake it to Barkley. Running to the right is Hurts. Hurts gets to the midfield inside Packers territory, and he slides forward at the 37-yard line. They'll mark him at the 38. Well, this is an easy drive right now. It's a gain of 15.
I love that. They had two pullers again going to the left. That time it was Becton, the right guard, and Lane Johnson, the right tackle. That's a false key. So the Packers were running that way. Hurts pulled it, took it the other way. His two lead blockers, Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. When you got receivers making over $25 million a year blocking downfield, you are cooking with gas.
Smith and Dotson are off to the right. Now Dotson comes in motion on first down from the 38 of the Packers. From the far hash mark, they hand it off to Barkley. Running to his left. He jukes in the backfield and dives forward to the 35-yard line. A gain of about 3. Evan Williams makes the tackle for the Packers. It'll be second down and 7.
Eagles absolutely have to get a second score here to go up by 2 scores. They have thoroughly dominated this quarter. The quarter cannot end. This possession cannot end with them only up 1 score. That said, from here it would still be a 52-yard field goal. Watching Jake Elliott and warm-ups, it was not pretty. He did not look good. He's 1 for 7 over 50 yards this year. I think the Eagles are going to have to get a lot closer before they consider field goals.
Goddard comes in motion. Gainwell's in the backfield. They go to Goddard to the left. Goddard gets down to the 31 before he is smothered to the ground. It's a gain of 4. It'll be third down. Lucas Van Ness, McKinney, they were all in there for the tackle. Valentine as well.
Eagles going no huddle. When they feel they have you on the ropes and tired a little bit, they like to snap it quick.
Third down and 3 out of the gun is Hurts. Gets a man to jump, but he gets back into his spot. He's changing the play. Hurts is. He still has Gainwell in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right. Goddard, the tight end, left side of the offensive line. 4-man front for the Packers. Takes the snap, hands it off to Gainwell. Gainwell goes over the block of his left guard, and he squirts forward to the 26-yard line. He has a first down. It's a gain of 5. Let's check in with Amber.
Some injuries here for the Packers. Defensive tackle Devontae Wyatt, he has a lower leg injury. He is questionable. And also offensive lineman Elton Jenkins, he is questionable with the stinger right now. The other offensive linemen are helping him move his arm around, his right arm on the sideline.
Yeah, just trying to keep it loose. Thank you, Amber. It's first down from the 26-yard line. Gainwell in the backfield. He'll take the handoff, running left, cuts back right. He is stood up almost immediately. A gain of maybe 2. Edgerrin Cooper made the tackle. The rookie from Texas A&M has really come on these last several weeks.
Absolutely phenomenal. Yet another home run draft pick for the Green Bay Packers. Second rounder. He was the defensive rookie of the month in the NFL. He's second among all off-the-ball linebackers with 13 tackles for loss. That is super impressive to be an off-the-ball backer and have that many tackles in the backfield. That means you are reading things and hitting it quick.
Barkley is back in. It's second down and 8 from the 24-yard line. Blasingame is the fullback. Smith to the left, Brown to the right. Hurts drops back to pass, throws left, pass complete to Smith. He's got a first down along the sidelines, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. Knocked out of bounds by Valentine, and we wondered if they would go after these young corners.
You got to pick your poison, Tom. So that was an 8-man box from the Packers. What does that mean? They're trying to stop the run. They only have 1 safety in the middle of the field. So both receivers outside the numbers, if they just stay outside and run a route outside, the safety can't help. So you're basically man-to-man. I don't believe these corners for Green Bay, as feisty as they are, I appreciate the way in which they play. I don't think they're talented enough to stay with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith.
To the 14-yard line of the Packers are the Eagles. Barkley in the backfield. Hurts out of the gun. 2 receivers left. Throws to the left, and he just throws it away. Pressure was coming every which way. Dotson was the intended receiver. And by the way, we talk about the Packers secondary. Jair Alexander, who was their mainstay at the corner position, is out for the year because of knee surgery last week.
That was a RPO, run-pass option. The Packers came with an all-out blitz. The O-line is blocking run. I think they would have been better off there if Hurts had given the ball to the running back and at least given it a shot with Saquon Barkley.
Second down and 10 from the 14-yard line. Two receivers to the left, Dotson and Smith. Two to the right, two to the left, including Devontae Smith, who comes in motion. Out of the gun is Hurts, drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket, now steps back, rolling to his right. Outside the pocket, he throws toward the back of the end zone, just throwing it away. As he goes out of bounds, he was being pursued by Brenton Cox and Rashawn Gary. It'll be third down.
Back-to-back plays. Solid defensive call by Jeff Hadley, the Packers defensive coordinator. You know, the first time it was that blitz, and Hurts had to throw it before he wanted to. That time, they did a nice job in coverage and keeping him in the pocket for a while. Now the Eagles 3rd and 10. Now you expect it to have to be a pass, although they're not afraid to run it in these situations sometimes. Packers are showing at least blitz to start.
Yeah, they have 6 men on the defensive line. In the backfield is Barkley. Hurts out of the gun. Pressure's coming. Throws it away. Hit by Latta. His offensive lineman right in the back with the football. Kenny Clark was coming on pursuit. Or in pursuit. On pursuit or in pursuit?
I would say in pursuit.
In pursuit.
But I would also say really poor last 3 plays by the Eagles. I mean, that time they were trying to run yet another screen. You have so much success running the ball on that drive. The blitz killed him on 2 out of those last 3 plays.
It was actually Cooper that was in his face. Here is Jake Elliott for a 31-yard field goal attempt. From the near hash mark, punt, kicking from right to left. Good snap, good hold. Kick is on its way, and it is good. And a reminder that for every field goal today and throughout the postseason, Barbasol will make a donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol Shaving Cream, America's #1 shaving cream. Close Shave America, Close Shave Barbasol. With the score, the Eagles 10, the Packers nothing. There's a timeout on the field. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Time to check the drive summary with 19 seconds to play in the first quarter, sponsored by State Farm. State Farm can help you create an affordable price just for you. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. So 11 plays, 57 yards. It took 5 minutes. And then Jake Elliott, and you can hear the sigh of relief from the capacity crowd here at Lincoln Financial Field. He converted a 31-yard field goal. It's 10-0 Philadelphia. The Eagles will kick it off. Mixon, back deep to receive, comes running up, gets it at the 5. In full stride, gets to the 15, out of the 20, cuts to the 25, looking for more, and he's upended at the 30-yard line. The run to the Super Bowl is on, and NFL Network is your home for the most comprehensive playoff coverage anywhere, all the way through Super Bowl 59. NFL Network, one network, all postseason. All right, we're winding down the first quarter, and the Packers started to get something going on the last drive, but just not enough. Now they need to try to get something going.
Yeah, and they still don't have Elton Jenkins out there, their best offensive lineman, the left guard. So again, on this drive, it'll be the rookie out of Georgia State, Travis Glover, at left guard.
Tucker Kraft comes in motion. They hand it off to Jacobs. Jacobs slips one defender and then lowers his shoulder, moves the pile to the 33-yard line. It was 1st and 10 from the 30. So a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. And again, he was stopped in the backfield, but was able to break away and get some yards. That's the end of the first quarter with the score. It's the Eagles 10, the Packers nothing. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
It's better over here. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate plan just for you. Right now, get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, you can get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. That's right, a free 5G phone. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Just go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 or visit your local store to make the switch.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Free phones up to $300 off with 24 monthly bill credits and qualifying new line for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Welcome back to the NFL playoffs on Westwood One, along with Ross Tucker and Amber Theo Harris. I'm Tom McCarthy. The start of the second quarter is sponsored by Old Spice. Stinking places beyond your pits? Old Spice has you covered with total body deodorant. 24/7 freshness from pits to toes with daily use. I went Fiji today, Ross, just so you know.
Was that a sounder, or did you just make that like whistle noise?
What would you like me to tell you? It was a sounder, but it would have been funnier if I made the whistle noise.
Yeah, no, I can't do it.
It's 10-0 Eagles. The Packers with the football. It's 2nd down and 7 from the 33-yard line.
I wouldn't expect the Packers to get away from the run. I mean, they had the most rushing yards in the first half of any team in the NFL, almost 1,500. Josh Jacobs led the NFL with 846 yards rushing in the first half. It's who they are. It's what they believe.
He only has 14 yards so far in this first quarter. We begin the second quarter. He's in motion. Love out of the back, out of the gun, looking long, throwing to the far side of the field, and his pass is intercepted. Intercepted by Darius Slay at the 22-yard line. He turned at the last moment. He was one-on-one with Wicks, and he reeled it in. It's the first interception thrown by Love in almost 175 passes.
It was a double move by Dontavian Wicks. He acted like he was going to the post and instead kept going down the sideline. Darius Slay was with him stride for stride. Impeccable coverage. I actually like the decision by Jordan Love to throw that to Wicks. You get man-to-man coverage on a deep ball down the field. You like your chances, right? Your guy can catch it. It can be pass interference. You're thinking worst case scenario, it's incomplete. Not the case when big play Slay makes a play like that.
First interception by an Eagles quarterback this year, and it's the second turnover forced by the Philadelphia Eagles.
And it's effectively a punt. I mean, it was only 2nd down, but I mean, that's a lot of yardage.
On first down, Devontae Smith comes in motion. Under center is Hurts. He hands it to Barkley. Barkley running left, gets up to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Nick Barre makes the tackle for the Packers. Goddard checks back in, so does Dotson. They'll go one tight end on this formation on 2nd down and 7. I don't think Love's elbow looked like it was bothering me even on that throw.
That was a beautiful throw, and it was right where he wanted it to be. It was just such good coverage by Slay.
2nd down and 7 from the far hash mark. Smith goes in motion. 4-man front for the Packers. Now they show blitz. Hurts drops back to pass out of the gun. He's under pressure. Now he steps up. He's going to run it. Flags come in. He gets to the 30. Dives forward to the 35. Right now he has a first down. Evan Williams makes the tackle, but I believe this penalty is going to go against the Eagles.
Illegal motion. Offense. Number 6. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Did he move forward too fast on that?
I didn't see it. I was watching the blitz off the edge that Lane Johnson picked up. Seeing it again on the monitor. Well, I don't know. I just watched it again, and Sirianni's going crazy. I don't blame him. It did not look like he was going forward to me. I'm not sure what they called there. That is a huge penalty.
Big time.
Devontae Smith was not going forward. I don't know what the illegal motion is that they threw the flag for.
First penalty for the Eagles, and second down and 12 from the 20-yard line. Hurts from the gun, trips to the near side, one receiver to the left. Hurts drops back to pass. Pressure's coming from the backside. Trying to run away from it as Goddard throws it low, incomplete. Goddard was open, and Hurts just couldn't get enough on that pass. Carl Brooks was the one who was pursuing for the Packers. They're down.
Third and real long here. There's kind of two schools of thought. One would be any type of screen or draw to see if you can pick up some blocks and get the first down. The other is, especially with this offensive line, able to protect, try to fire the ball downfield to A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. The Packers are showing a zone coverage. They're showing two deep safety. It's going to be hard to drive it down the field.
They're down at 12. Here comes the blitz for the Packers. They hand it off to Barkley. Barkley running to his left. And he gets up across the 25 to the 27. It'll be fourth down. And the Eagles will be forced to punt after a gain of 7. So if you're the Packers, you've got to feel pretty good about the fact that you stopped them after that turnover.
Really good. And the Eagles elected to run it there, anticipating the soft zone coverage from the Packers and thinking in that situation their best bet to get the first down might be if Saquon Barkley could pop one.
Man punts for the second time. Reed back deep to receive. Flags come in. It's going to be a false start against Philadelphia.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 48, 5-yard penalty, still fourth down.
All right, so they'll move the football back a little bit more. Reed may get a chance to return this one. It's Blasingame, who was just elevated from the practice squad, which has happened often this year for him.
He gives them a little bit of fullback snaps that they want from time to time, and he's the Ed man on special team on the punt team.
So fourth down and 10. Man will get this one off. Reed back deep to receive. Backpedals inside the 25. Gets his feet set at the 24. Goes from left to right. Stiff arms to the 30. Gets to the sidelines to the 40. And he's out of bounds at the 45-yard line. It was Shipley who came up to make the special teams tackle. And I think Mann was in there too. And Mann is kind of wobbly as he comes up. So timeout on the field. 12:42 to play here in this first half. It's the Eagles 10, the Packers nothing. This is Westwood One's coverage of the NFL playoffs.
Science is not an opinion. People come before pipelines. It's not too late to act on climate. No one is above the law. At Earth Justice, we hold these beliefs to be self-evident. As a national legal nonprofit fighting for your right to a healthy environment, we are 150-plus lawyers representing clients free of charge because now, more than ever, the Earth needs a good lawyer. No one fights more cases on the environment than Earth Justice. And we win because these are fights we cannot lose. We win for scientists so they can serve at the EPA. We win at the Supreme Court because clean water is for everyone. We win against fossil fuel plants so communities can breathe freely. If you believe what we believe, then help us fight the good fight and help us keep winning by going to earthjustice.org today. That's earthjustice.org.
Mom, Dad.
Before you throw out those unused medicines, just think for a minute.
Grandma, Grandpa, all you guys take meds. That's why you gotta dispose of your old pills correctly.
Those pills for your back pain or migraines.
When you throw them in the trash, those medicines can become lethal in the wrong hands. Our hands. You may be finished with that medicine,
but those pills are making me real popular at school.
My brother James could think they're candy. Our dog loves to get in the garbage, and those meds can make him sick or worse. So stop! There are better ways to dispose of your unused meds.
There are lots of police stations, local pharmacies, and hospitals that are approved to take in unused meds and dispose of them safely.
Disposal sites are close by.
It's easy, and it's the right thing to do. For us. The ones you love.
To find a medicine disposal site near you, visit www.safe.pharmacy. A public service message from the National Association of Boards of Pharmacy.
We are all heartbroken by the devastation from the raging wildfires across the greater Los Angeles region. Families affected by these fires urgently need support. help the American Red Cross respond to and help people recover from these disasters. You can donate today to support relief efforts by going to redcross.org/NFL. Best field position for the Packers off that return. It's 1st and 10 from the 43, down 10-0. Out of the gun is Love. He hands it off to Jacobs, running left, and he is wrapped up at the 46-yard line. Zach Vaughn, who's had an excellent year, and Cooper DeJean, who's turned out to be an excellent draft pick, make the tackle for the Eagles. So a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
I know it's only 4 yards, but I think the Packers should stick with the run. You think about the game the Carolina Panthers played here against the Eagles. I think you can sustain some rush offense against this team. I think it's a better way to move the football than trying to throw the ball against these corners.
Reed goes in motion. They throw to Reed on the far side. He's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. He was covered up by Darius Slay. In fact, they'll mark it at the 45. For more on the Packers running, let's go to Amber Theo Harris.
Well, last night I was taking a walk in Philadelphia, and I ran into Josh Jacobs on the sidewalk. I said, "Hey, Josh, what are you doing?" He said, "Just out here trying to blow off some steam and get ready for the game." So today when I saw him on the sidelines, I said, "What was going through your head?" He said, "I just wanted to take in the city and have my vision, and that is to do whatever it takes to win."
Well, Amber, you know this. It is a good walking city, so guys do that from time to time. Here's Josh Jacobs down to the 40. I was wondering, did he go get a cheesesteak or anything like that while he was here in Philadelphia?
He did not tell me he was getting a cheesesteak. I was going to get a steak myself. He looked like he was very focused with his earphones on. But what a coincidence to run into him on the sidelines or on the street like that.
It shows that you're living in the same levels as they are.
It's a good thing he wasn't wearing Packers gear.
That is true.
I grew up around here. That wouldn't have gone well.
2nd down and 5 after a gain of almost 5. 2 receivers to the left. Jacobs comes in motion from the far side into the backfield. Love out of the gun, down 10-0. Ball spot on the 41-yard line of the Eagles. Love takes the snap, hands it off to Jacobs. Jacobs running to his left and tries a little stiff arm down to the 35-yard line. And Kobe Dean wraps him up. He's about a yard shy of the 1st down. But again, moving forward.
Just keep doing it if you're the Packers. Just keep running. Now, Darius Slay just had to rush off the field. They're working on, it looks like something on his left hand or wrist area, maybe a finger, as Slay is down on one knee. So Isaiah Rodgers just came out for him. Would be an awesome down to take a shot here if you're the Packers, with the Eagles geared up to stop the run.
3rd down and 1. Rally towels are swirling around, and they're going to go with their form of the tush push. Tucker Kraft, the tight end, goes under center and moves the pile forward down to the 30-yard line. He's still moving the pile forward. Oh, man, now the whistles blow. He's down to the 28-yard line. Again, they don't use the tush push the way the Eagles use it. They run their tight end under center, and now he's 4 for 4 on 1st down opportunities while doing that.
That was awesome, because when the Eagles saw that happen, he actually got popped by Jalen Carter, but Sean Ryan, the right guard, stayed with his block. Kraft just kept going, and the Eagles were all reaching at the ball rather than getting him down on the ground.
So 1st down from the 28-yard line. Chris Brooks checks in for Josh Jacobs. 2 receivers to the right. Now Reed comes in motion to the near side. Love taps his foot, drops back to pass, looks left, throws left to Reed. He's got it. It's going to be a short gain before he's shoved out of bounds by Quinyon Mitchell at the 25-yard line. So a gain of 3. Actually, they're going to say 4 to the 24-yard line. 9:10 to play, 1st half. 10-0 Eagles on top.
Really nice, long, sustained drive here by the Packers. Obviously, any points are good, but when you have this type of drive, you really want to cash in with 6. They've got a good mix right now of the run and the pass. I don't think they'll be forgetting the run here.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Jacobs in the backfield. Love hands it off to Jacobs, running left, spins to his right. He's taken down in the backfield by Nakobe Dean. It was Vaughn that forced him to spin into the backfield. It's a loss of 6. It'll be 3rd down.
Tom, you called it perfectly. It was both backers in the backfield. Zach Vaughn saw the right guard Ryan pull, so he came underneath the block of Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft was trying to crack block him. Vaughn knocked Jacobs backwards. He had nowhere else to go, and then Dean finished it off. Empty set here, 3rd and long for Green Bay.
Chris Brooks, the running back, is in motion to the line of scrimmage. 2 Two receivers to the right, two to the left. Love out of the shotgun, drops back to pass. He's going to keep it himself. He'll run it. He runs to his left, cuts back to his right, still on his feet to the 20, dives forward to the 18. He is right at the marker. Cooper DeJean eventually made the tackle, and now Love comes up and signals first down. I think he might be about a half-yard shy.
He is a half-yard shy, but that was an incredible run by Jordan Love, showing a lot of more power than I think people give him credit for. He ran right through a tackle from Bond. It looked like Bond was going to tackle him 3 or 4 yards short, but Love just ran right through him.
8 of 16 on fourth down. It's 4th down and 1. This is during the regular season. Jacobs in the backfield. Love out of the shotgun. Kraft goes under center again. Keeps it. Runs to his left. He's got the first down. So they've converted twice on the tight end push. They have to come up with a better name for it, though.
Well, you know, the first time he came from the left and went to the right. That time he came in motion from the right and went to the left. You know, the big key for that has to be the fact that Jordan Love's in the gun.
Right.
I mean, 4th and half a yard. They're not going to have a gun run. But it's very tough to stop that play. Anybody that plays against the Eagles knows it.
1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. 10th play of the drive. Tight end on the left side. 5-man front defensively for the Eagles. Love drops back to pass, throws toward the end zone. Pass is tipped and incomplete. Isaiah Rodgers was in on the coverage. A flag is in. The pass was intended for Doubs.
I think they're going to get an offensive lineman downfield.
Does look that way.
That was an RPO, run-pass option.
An eligible player downfield. Offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That is Glover, who is in for Elton Jenkins at the left guard position.
Right, so when it's a run-pass option like that, Tom, they're block and run. So Glover, he had to de-tackle, then he went up on Nakobe Dean. So Jordan Love has to throw that ball earlier. As soon as an offensive lineman's chest plate, you know, the breastplate of their shoulder pad gets 2 yards downfield, they're calling.
Musgrave, the tight end closest to the sideline. They hand the ball off to Jacobs on first down. Jacobs runs right, cuts back left, and gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Milton Williams, Nakobe Dean make the tackle. Darius Slay is heading to the locker room to get checked out as we speak. And a reminder, you can tune in to watch all the excitement of the NFL playoffs next weekend on CBS and Fox. Check your local listings for games and times in your area. Catch the NFL on CBS and Fox. 6:05 and counting to play here in the first half. 10-0 Packers. Rodgers is off to the far side with Doubs as the receiver. Let's see if they go with him in an empty backfield. Now Reed comes in motion. Love out of the gun, taps his foot, takes the snap, looks left, looks right, throws right, pass is complete, but wrapped up and taken down by Nakobe Dean is Tucker Kraft. No gain on the play. In fact, it's a loss of 2. It'll be 3rd down.
Excellent job by Nakobe Dean again. Now he's slow to get up, but he recognized that screen was coming. He had Tucker Kraft man-to-man. Jalen Carter had beaten the right guard clean. Dean beat the block of Zach Tom and made a huge tackle for the Eagles.
Well, Nakobe Dean is slow to get up. He's got his helmet off. He is up on his feet, and now he's got both arms wrapped around athletic trainers as he is being helped off the field. And that, if it's for an extended period of time, is a very difficult loss for the Eagles. Zach Bond, who is one of the other linebackers for the Eagles, comes over and pats him on the chest plate. Those two guys combined, Ross, for 278 tackles during the regular season.
Dean's had such a nice year. Bond has been the first-team All-Pro player, but Dean's been quite the compliment. He's a physical player. He's heady. Oren Burks is going to come in for him. Former Green Bay Packer, by the way, who started this game off with a bang, literally will come in. This is part of the value, by the way, of having a lot of the backups play last week against the Giants. Oren Burks had 17 tackles last week. against the Giants. He played almost the whole game.
3rd down and 12 for the Packers from the 20-yard line of Philadelphia. 4-man front for the Eagles defensively. 2 receivers right, 3 to the left. Love out of the gun, drops back to pass. Pressure's coming. He rolls to his left. He backpedals, throws toward the end zone. Incomplete. He threw it out of bounds. He was trying to go to Chris Brooks, or to Emmanuel Wilson. And they'll settle for a field goal attempt from the veteran Brandon McManus, who has kicked in this facility longer than anybody else in the National Football League.
That's a good nugget right there, Tom.
Temple University. Well, I got to credit Patrick, my son, who came up with that earlier before the ball game. This will be a 38-yard field goal attempt from the far hash mark, kicking from right to left. It's 10-0 Philadelphia. McManus is set to go. Wheelan is the holder. Good snap, good hold. Kick is on its way, and it is no good. Off to the right. Familiarity does not breed success for McManus. 5:05 to play here in the first half. It's the Eagles 10, the Packers nothing. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
It's playoff time. It is now or never. Do not miss out on the last few weeks of football action with Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching the playoffs. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. The app is so simple to use. Pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less on their projection, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money. Prize Picks now accepts major credit cards for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. Join Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app, available to play in more than 40 plus states, including California and Texas. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code PRIMETIME and get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. That is code PRIMETIME on Prize Picks. To get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5, you don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It is guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Hey, Colorado football fans. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you are right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. BetMGM and GameSense reminds you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years of age or older to wager. Colorado only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's football season, and now you can get anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Well, almost anything. You can't get a running back, but baby back ribs? Yes. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
Tom McCarthy and Ross Tucker here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Philadelphia. Amber Theo Harris is down on the sidelines. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers professional-grade supplies and solutions made for every industry and backed by product experts. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop on by. It's the Eagles 10 and the Packers nothing as McManus just missed the field goal attempt. Pushed it to the right. Would have made it a 10-3 game.
7 minutes and 37 seconds, Tom. I mean, you cannot come up empty. It's still a 2-score game. They had a fantastic drive. They move it all the way down the field. Your kicker hasn't missed a kick all year, and he misses a relic chippy, as now Nakobe Dean is getting driven into the locker room.
The Eagles will take over first down for the 28-yard line. Goddard comes in motion to the near side off the play fake. Hurts looking to throw. Pressure's coming. Breaks away. Rolls to his right. Still rolling and slides down. He slid right into his offensive lineman, Lane Johnson. Not the best guy to slide into. It's a loss of 3. It's like sliding into a tree trunk.
Yeah, and that there's just no logic to what Jalen Hurts just did. You're outside the pocket.
Throw it away.
Why would you slide and lose 3 yards? The rule allows you, when you're outside the pocket, to just throw it away. I mean, that counts as a sack. You lose 3 yards. Really, really perplexing decision, to say the least, there by Hurts.
Second down and 13. 4-man front for the Packers. Quay Walker showing blitz. Now he backs up. Out of the gun is Hurts. In the backfield is Barkley off the play fake. Hurts looking to throw. Pressure's coming. Rolls to the left. He's pointing. He's trying to direct traffic. This time he does throw it away as a flag comes in late. He threw it to the Packers sideline. TJ Slayton again was pursuing. think the assumption is that's going to go against the Eagles. This is not the way you wanted to finish up the first half.
I think I would consider declining that if I'm LaFleur. I want 3rd and 13.
Holding. Offense, number 68. The penalty is declined. It's 3rd down.
There you go, Russ. Mailata had only 2 penalties during the regular season. He picks up one there.
Well, nobody blocked T.J. Slayton. I don't know why that was the case. And it's yet another drive where the Eagles are probably not going to have a single run because they come out pass on 1st and 2nd down. Now it's 3rd and real long. They have shown a propensity to call draws on plays like this, but the Eagles offensively are really letting the Packers hang around right now.
3rd down and 13 for the 25. Hurts out of the shotgun, drops back to pass, looks to his left, now he runs. He's going to keep it himself, and he is spun down at the 34-yard line. Not much on that drive, and now you give the Packers a chance to maybe get some points going into halftime as the Eagles will be forced to punt.
Yeah, and look, it's 4th and 4, Tom. Yep. Guess what? On the 1st down play, if you had thrown it away, it'd be 4th and 1. They could do the tush push, and they would get the 1st down. So these are the mental errors that just kill you in pro football.
Reed is back deep to receive for the Packers at the 23-yard line. Man on the punt. Bunny from left to right. Throws the football in his hand as he lets it loose. This is a high kick. And a fair catch is called by Reed, and he's run into. The ball bobbles out of bounds.
I think they're going to say that maybe Sidney Brown got pushed into him.
Yeah, there's no flag, so it must be it. The officials are conferring on the sideline. So 3:25 to play in the first half. It's 10-0 Eagles on top. The Packers with the football. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
Navy Federal Credit Union can help you dominate debt with a 0% intro APR on credit card balance transfers for 12 months. And right now, you could get $250 when you spend $2,500 using a Cash Rewards or Cash Rewards Plus card. Visit NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. After the intro rate expires, variable APRs are 15.15% to 18% based on credit worthiness. Rates are subject to change. ATM fees for cash advances are up to $1 at non-Navy Federal ATMs.
What's better than 1 win? 3 wins. With Street Savings, you keep your own phone, get 1 line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now it's our lowest price of the season on our top-selling i8 smart bed. Your best savings plus special financing. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
10-0 Eagles on top. Packers with the football. Let's check today's health report, sponsored by the Farmer's Dog. Fresh food for dogs delivered right to your door in pre-proportioned packs. Get 50% off your first box of fresh, healthy food at thefarmersdog.com/trial50. Let's go down to the sidelines to Amber Theo Harris.
An injury update for the Eagles. Darius Slay, he left the field. He was questionable with an elbow injury. Well, he just jogged back out onto the field. Trainers put a compression sleeve, similar to the one I described that Jordan Love said he didn't want to wear. They put that on his elbow. He's testing it out. Looks like he's going to try to go back out there. Also, Nakobe Dino, he was carted off the field. It looked like trainers were holding his left leg, but we are awaiting official report.
All right, Amber, thank you very much. By the way, they did rule illegal touching there, so the ball is going to be spotted at the 28-yard line for Green Bay. It's 10-0 Eagles. Green Bay does have all 3 timeouts left. They have to have some kind of confidence after the last drive, I would think.
Yeah, and remember, the Eagles get the ball to start the second half. You forget about that because of the fumble in the opening kickoff. So it is really critical that the Packers get some type of points on the board here in the first half.
So First down from the 28-yard line. Love will start out of the gun. To his left in the backfield is Jacobs. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Now in motion is Tucker Kraft, the tight end. Eagles showing blitz from the far side. First down, Love taps his foot, drops back to pass after taking the snap, sets up in the pocket, throws to his left for Jacobs. Flags come in, stiff arm by Jacobs, and he's out of bounds. He may have gotten a yard, but the assumption is it's holding against the Packers. And that is the signal, the initial signal by Brad Allen. And this all-star officiating crew.
Holding, offense number 79. 10-yard penalty, first down.
So Glover's had the illegal man downfield, and now the holding penalty as he's filling in for Elton Jenkins, who was injured earlier in the game.
And in fairness, the illegal man downfield's not really on him. That's more on Love needs to throw it earlier. That time he got beat by Jordan Davis with an inside move. You know, that's tough when you're going to be man-to-man because they're going to double Jalen Carter on the other side.
First and 20 from the 18-yard line. Out of the shotgun is Love. He throws to his right. Passes complete to Reed. Reed breaks 2 tackles. Now a third. Crosses from the right side to the left side. Outside the numbers to the 35. And out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Quinyon Mitchell eventually made the tackle. But my, oh my, did he make some men miss for 20 yards.
Exceptional individual effort by Jaden Reed there. He made at least 3 guys miss. Oren Burks, who's in there for Nakobe Dean, Cooper DeJean as well. Reed Blankenship, a normally very short tackler, and for the Packers to get a first down at that holding penalty is huge.
2:34 and counting to play in the first half. Again, they have all 3 timeouts. Jacobs back in the game. Bunch formation to the right. They hand it off to Jacobs, running left. He bursts and spins up to the 44, but flags come in. And it looks like that's going to be, again, against the Packers, which is terrible for Green Bay. They average 49 yards.
Offense, number 79. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Okay, now we got a problem. Yeah, now we got another hold on this one, and it's another good call. You know, he's at the point of attack in the run game against Moro Ajama, and he got his left hand up around the neck, almost like he was getting it a clothesline him, and they just replaced him.
Yeah,
they just took him out after that play. You don't see that very often, where mid-series you bring in Kadeem Telford for Glover at left guard.
First down at 20 the second time again. Whistles blow, and the play blown dead. I believe a timeout is called. Or 2-minute warning, excuse me. We have reached the 2-minute warning, sponsored by Lionsgate. Flight Risk stars Mark Wahlberg as a psychotic villain, a role we haven't seen him play in almost 3 decades. This movie is one hell of an action ride, the kind of movie you must experience in the theater. 10-0 Philadelphia on top of Green Bay with 2 minutes to play here in the first half. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
Mayday. We've been compromised. The pilot's a hitman.
I knew you were going to be fun. On January 24th.
Tell me how to fly this thing.
Mark Wahlberg. You know what the difference between me and you is? You're going to die.
Don't shoot if we need him.
Y'all need a pilot?
Flight Risk. Rated R.
Sponsored by Lionsgate.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
And Doug.
Limu wanted me to tell you to customize your car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. He says because we all like to save a buck. No, okay, he said with the extra cash you can lease a new truck. Wait, he said he went to middle school with geese and ducks? Actually, I think Limu just said squawk.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Get 5 quarts of O'Reilly Full Synthetic Motor Oil and a MicroGuard oil filter for $29.99. In-store only. Limit supply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
First down at 20 for the Packers. 2 minutes to play in the first half. It's 10-0. The Eagles on top. 3 receivers off to the right for the Packers, 1 to the left. That's Reed. Empty backfield for Love. Out of the shotgun. This is his second 1st and 20 on this drive. Takes his time. Still time on the play clock. Takes the snap, wastes time. Throws to his right. Passes complete to Kraft, his tight end. He's got blockers, and he's along the sidelines, and he dives out of bounds. Oren Burks makes the tackle. It's a gain of 11. They'll spot it close to maybe 12. They'll spot it close to the 40-yard line.
Really nice blocking on the perimeter. In particular, Bone Melton, the receiver, but also Chris Brooks. I mean, they both just locked up Cooper DeJean and Darius Slay to give Kraft plenty of room to run. That's a big first down.
Second down at 8 from just inside the 40-yard line of Green Bay. Love out of the gun. He's in trouble. Throws to the near side for Brooks out of the backfield, and Brooks powers through a couple of defenders and gets close to the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 5. The Eagles have to do a better job of tackling.
Yeah, they had 3 guys there, and Brooks still was able to split them in a couple of yards. This is a third down here where both teams are waiting with their timeout to see what happens on third down.
Third down at 3, 1:25 to play in the first half. Again, it's Brooks to the left of Love. Now he walks up to the line of scrimmage, changing the play, trips to the right, 4-man defensive front for the Eagles. Tight end left side of the offensive line. Love takes the snap, looks right, throws right, passes complete to the right. And it's Doubs who has it inside Eagles territory. And he's got a first down, 7-yard gain, 1:03 and counting to play.
At least the third time on third down that the Eagles have played a soft zone coverage and allowed those underneath catches from the Packers for easy first downs, almost uncontested.
Yeah, first down to the 48-yard line. Love, pressure's coming. Love is wrapped up. He throws, and it's nearly intercepted. It was Zach Bond who picked it on one hop. It's incomplete. Late call by the officials. It'll be second down.
Is an incomplete pass.
I was surprised it took them that long to make that call.
Well, you know, when in doubt, they like to let it play out, just in case. But that was an elite pass rush by Jalen Carter against Sean Ryan right there. Jordan Love really did well to just not get sacked.
Second down at 10. Jacobs checks back in. 45 seconds to play first half. 10-0 Eagles. Packers have missed a field goal to this end of the field. Love out of the gun. Drops back to pass. Looks up. Fires to the middle. Intercepted. Zach Bond has it at the 40. Running to the far side to the 50. And out of bounds at the 45-yard line. It's the third turnover forced by the Eagles in this first half. And Bond takes a bow in the end zone for the Eagles as they will take over with 3 timeouts left and a chance to put more points on the board.
It is absolutely crazy how good of a coverage linebacker Zach Bond was. He was on Tucker Kraft in the underneath zone. He read Love's eyes at the last second. He got underneath the in-cut to Bo Melton. I mean, this guy was an edge rusher at Wisconsin and for the Saints, and now he's making all kinds of plays in coverage for the Eagles, who still have 3 timeouts with 36 seconds.
10-0 Eagles on top, 36 seconds left to play. We talked about the fact that Love had gone 175 passes without an interception. He has 2 in this game. It's almost like Justin Herbert all over again. First down for the 45 at Green Bay. They hand it off to Barkley, running to his right. Barkley's got blockers, and Barkley takes it inside the 38. A timeout called by the Eagles. Quay Walker makes the tackle. And a reminder to stay with us for the NFL playoffs on Westwood One Halftime Report, sponsored by Wendy's. Scott Graham will recap the Bills' 28-14 win over the Broncos, and he'll chat with Washington coach Dan Quinn, who I'm sure will have his hat on backwards. Freshen up your morning with Wendy's breakfast, like a breakfast baconator. Ready for a fresh wake-up call? Gotta be Wendy's at participating U.S. Wendy's.
I love that he goes backwards.
I do too.
I think it's cool. It's unique. I think it ingratiates him with the players. You don't see nearly as many backwards hats as you used to.
No.
Like, I'm looking out in the stands right now. I don't see a single person with their hat on backwards. That used to be so. When did that become uncool?
I don't know, but I do see a guy that has his knit hat on backwards, so maybe that's the same thing. Second down and 4 from the 39-yard line of Green Bay. Eagles moving from left to right. Gainwell is in the ball game in the backfield. Trips to the far side. One receiver to the right. On second down, Hurts takes the snap, drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket, has plenty of time, throws to the middle, incomplete. The intended receiver, Dallas Goedert, was covered up by Evan Williams, and Goddard wanted a pass interference. It'll be third down.
Boy, it certainly felt like Evan Williams was draped all over Dallas
really
Goedert. He got there early, made contact early, and was all over him. I think Evan Williams got away with one there.
All right, so now if you're the Eagles on third down, you have to think about where Jake Elliott's range is with 26 seconds to play. He's 1 for 7 from 50 yards and beyond.
Likely 4-down territory. Wouldn't be surprised if they run it here.
On third down, Goddard goes in motion. Out of the shotgun is Hurts. Takes the high snap, drops back to pass. He's going to throw. Throws on a slant to Brown, but throws it right at his feet. Incomplete. Valentine, Nixon in on the coverage. There's some booing going on here. It'll be fourth down, and what will they do? Let's see. Been a big talk this week. What would he do on fourth down in less than 5?
Well, and I think this being, such a long field goal attempt, I think this is the right call for sure. This would be 56, 57 yards. I think the more interesting thing is the Packers just compressing the pocket. It feels like it's getting to Hurts.
It'll be fourth down and 4. No Barkley. It's Gainwell in the backfield, and we've got movement. I believe it's going to go against Mailata and the left side of that offensive line.
Ball start. Offense number 88. 5-yard penalty. Fourth down.
So it's Goddard who's called for the penalty. Mailata was moving too.
So what they did was Goddard moved laterally very abruptly, and they're going to say that was the false start, like that he was almost imitating the start of the play as the Eagles were trying to get a free 5 yards, but he went laterally. He didn't go down the field, but I think he was so abrupt that they actually called it on him.
So fourth down, Reed is back at his 10. Man is on the punt. Punting from left to right. This one's spinning like a top, and Reed will take it on his knees at the 11-yard line. It'll give us a chance to pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for the NFL playoffs and Super Bowl 59. You can stream the NFL playoffs on Westwood One for free, sponsored by Pfizer. This RSV season, don't drop the ball. Visit VaxAssist.com to check eligibility and schedule on RSV vaccine. And fans, a reminder, you can listen to WestwoodOneSports.com on the NFL app by asking Alexa to open Westwood One Sports or on affiliate stations' digital platforms. The Packers, with 10 seconds left to play in the first half, will take a knee and go into the locker room content to be down 10-0, and probably Ross fortunate to be down 10-0, considering they have 3 turnovers.
Very fortunate. If I'm the Packers, I actually feel good about the fact that we're only down 10, being down 3-0 in the turnover battle. They really dominated that second quarter of action.
Eagles will get the football when we begin the second half for a chance to move on in the postseason of the National Football League. But we are at halftime with the Eagles on top, 10-0. So they forced 3 turnovers. They scored on one of those turnovers. That's the end of the first half. When we return, Scott Graham rejoins us from our Progressive Insurance Studios with the halftime report. You can save big when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. Visit Progressive.com. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
Welcome to NFL Flag. In this game, there's a position for everyone. No matter who you are.
Let's go! Show what you got!
Lace up your cleats, smear on your eye black, step out on the field, and start having fun. This is flag football, and this game is our game.
This game! Our game! This game! Our game! This game! Our game!
Visit NFL.com to find a league and get playing today.
1, 2, 3, let's play!
Quiet down, here she comes. Shh. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Welcome to the NFL Playoffs Halftime Report on Westwood One. Sponsored by Wendy's. Freshen up your morning with Wendy's breakfast. Like a breakfast baconator. Ready for a fresh wake-up call? Gotta be Wendy's. At participating U.S. Wendy's. Now, here's your host, Scott Graham.
From our Westwood One studios, halftime in Philadelphia right now. Game number 2 of our triple header here on Wild Card Sunday. And right now, the Philadelphia Eagles sitting on top of a 10-0 lead over the Green Bay Packers. Earlier today in Buffalo, the other number 2 seed, the Bills, taking on the Denver Broncos, the number 7 seed in the AFC. Denver ran out to a lead in this game by scoring on their opening drive. But Buffalo controlled the ball, controlled the running game, and controlled the clock through the rest of the first half and into the second. Bills had a 13-7 lead in the third quarter when Josh Allen faced a 4th down and short situation, but Josh Allen was not looking for short.
They need a yard on 4th down. Shotgun snap, he's going to throw on 4th down. Steps up, rolls to his right. Holding, looking for somebody. There's nothing. He now fires to the back of the end zone. It is caught! Touchdown! Ty Johnson! Off his back foot, Allen just spun it to the back of the end zone, and Johnson dove on the ground to cup it clean. It is 19-7 Bills on a spectacular throw and catch.
That's Sean Sadak with a call right here on Westwood One. That made it a 21-7 game. The Bills win it 31-7 as they eliminate the Denver Broncos. Buffalo now welcomes the Baltimore Ravens next week. We will find out what day and time as we move on through the remainder of this weekend. For the Broncos, a tremendous season for a young team behind a rookie quarterback is done. Here's their coach, Sean Payton, afterward.
We got beat today, and it's always, especially in the postseason, that's always a bitter pill to swallow, and yet it'll go down, and then it's got to fuel you and light a fire in the direction we need to go. And look, one of the things we learned early on is we got to find a way to play these games at home. You know, that's another thing that's important.
Another young team with maybe even a more electric rookie quarterback is still to come this evening. And coming up, we're going to talk with the man who basically is in charge of that quarterback and that team, Washington Commanders head coach Dan Quinn. Our halftime score, Philadelphia 10, Green Bay nothing. This is Westwood One's coverage of the NFL playoffs.
Most people think child abuse is a bad parent problem.
Actually, the root causes may be different than you think.
Let us explain. Affordable housing for everyone.
That prevents child abuse. And access to healthcare in every community.
Prevents child abuse too. High quality, affordable childcare.
Paid family leave.
School breakfast and lunch programs.
All of this prevents child abuse.
It's all about keeping families out of crisis in the first place.
At least 1 in 7 children in the United States have experienced abuse or neglect in the past year. Prevent Child Abuse America promotes policies, programs, and resources informed by science that help communities, parents, and kids thrive.
Because when we keep families out of crisis,
we prevent child abuse
from ever happening.
Go to preventchildabuse.org to learn more.
That's preventchildabuse.org.
Let's solve child abuse before it ever happens.
Furnished by Prevent Child Abuse America.
Hello, I'm Jose Hernandez, and I have been using a wheelchair since my accident in 1995.
My name is Andrea Dalzell, and I've been using a wheelchair since I was 5 years old.
I guess if I had one message for the general public, it would be that I appreciate your help. But please, ask first.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that I've actually got everything under control.
I think people get nervous. They don't know how to act, so they pretend I'm not there.
What probably bothers me the most is when waiters talk to my companion and not directly to me.
I think everyone with a disability can relate to that parking spot problem.
We know you're just parking in the disabled spot for a second, but please, don't. We're just looking for the same respect and consideration as everyone else.
United Spinal Association is dedicated to enhancing the quality of life of people living with spinal cord injuries and disorders. Download our disability etiquette booklet at unitedspinal.org.
Welcome back to the NFL on Westwood One from the Progressive Insurance Studios. I'm Scott Graham. You can save big when you bundle your auto, home, motorcycle, RV, or boat. Visit Progressive.com. 10-point lead for the Eagles at halftime in Game 2 of our tripleheader. Game 3 has the Washington Commanders facing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, two teams who also saw one another in Week 1. Washington winning that game 37-20. Dan Quinn had his team on a roll this year at times, winning 12 games. And now, with Jaden Daniels at quarterback, they try to move on and advance in the postseason. I asked Dan when we talked this week what he has to do to tell his team, a young team, about how to flip the page for the intensity that comes with the postseason.
I think the first thing you want to recognize is that there is another energy that goes along in the postseason, and you want to normalize that. You should have that. It's a good thing, and use that to your benefit. That's a little bit of a turbo booster or energy that can go. And so how do you apply that into the game plan? How do you apply that into the skill work for the week? So all of that energy can be used for the things to help you play well. For us, we've been in a lot of close games, so we know as the calendar turns, you're going to be in more of them in the postseason, and you've got to be ready for a little bit of the crazy and the wild. And the fact that we've been living in the crazy and the wild some this season, I like that our first-year team together has been battle-hardened and tested more so than most. So I'm thankful for those really tight, close games.
When you look at this opponent on film, there's a lot to break down and digest. What are you seeing?
Number one, like a complete team. And so we actually played them first week of the season. So to come full circle and to play them as the start of the second season, it's a big deal. They really handed it to us in our first game. And so what a great measuring stick to see how far we've come in 18 weeks. To see our improvement, where we're at. I love their offense. Baker to being able to distribute the ball. It's Mike, it's Irving, it's the screen game, it's run. They've been really explosive. But seeing that offense come to life and featuring their own players in it, that's a big deal. On the defensive side, Todd and Casey and George and the guys have always had an aggressive front and blitz package, which I really admire. And so those are two of the things that make them unique, the size, the speed of which they blitz with. And so we'll have our work cut out for us, but I am excited to see the improvement, that we've made in 18 weeks, because it's a good measuring stick, because they really handed it to us in our first game.
We shall see. That one is coming up immediately following this one. The Washington Commanders and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here on Westwood One. NFL Playoff Halftime Report on Westwood One has been sponsored by Wendy's. Freshen up your morning with Wendy's breakfast, like a breakfast Baconator. Ready for a fresh wake-up call? Gotta be Wendy's at participating U.S. Wendy's. This has been a very interesting first half of play in Philadelphia. Green Bay, despite the fact that they've turned the ball over 3 times, remains very much in the ball game. Philadelphia is still waiting to get their offensive legs under them as well. When we return, Tom McCarthy, Ross Tucker, and Ambo Theo Harris will have the second half kickoff with Philly leading 10-0. You're listening to the NFL playoffs on Westwood One.
What's up, Colorado? It's time for football at BetMGM. Take the field using promo code KOSTOS, K-O-S-T-O-S, and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to a variety of parlay selection features, live betting options, original bets, and the best daily promotions in the business. Plus, when you huddle up with BetMGM at your fingertips, every pass, Every catch and every game matter more than ever. Remember to use code KOSTOS, KOSTOS, and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. Football is back, Colorado sports fans. Don't miss out on any of the hard-hitting action. Place your moneyline, prop, and parlay bets with BetMGM today. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older. Colorado only. New customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards or non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
Back here in Philadelphia, both teams have come back out onto the field after their halftime break with the Eagles on top 10-0. Green Bay 101 yards of offense in the first half. The Eagles with 125 yards of offense. Speaking of halftime stats, sponsored by Indeed. You don't need a job site, you need a hiring platform. Indeed lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from one place. Start at Indeed.com/credit. Barkley is everything as advertised, Ross. 9 for 58 running the football. Jalen Hurts, 6 of 13, 39 yards. Meanwhile, Josh Jacobs for the Packers, 10 carries, 25 yards. Jordan Love, 9 for 15 for 70 yards, but he's thrown interceptions, which in reality, Packer fans will tell you, is not what he has done in the second half of the season.
It's unbelievable. I mean, he had 0 interceptions the last 7 games, and then he has 2 here in the first half, but the Eagles got exactly 0 points off those 2 interceptions as the Packers defense really stepped up.
Again, 3 turnovers by the Packers, including the one that began the game on the kickoff that led to the only touchdown of today's ball game. Amber Theo-Harris got a chance to catch up with Nick Sirianni a few moments ago. What did he say, Amber?
Well, Nick Sirianni said obviously they're happy that they were off to a fast start because that has been a problem for them all year long. Being up 10-0 going into the second half is where they want to be, but he said right now we're in a rut. We're putting ourselves in a bad position. We're not finishing drives, that we're getting ourselves into 3rd and long, and we have some penalties that we need to clean up here in the second half.
No doubt about it. The 3rd down play selection has been somewhat problematic for the Philadelphia Eagles. The Packers will tee it up and kick off to start this ball game. Rodgers and Gainwell back deep to receive for the Eagles. Eagles, last 3 games have outscored the opposition 44-7 in the first half, and as Amber said, they finished some drives that probably could have been even better than that. It's time for the start of the second half, sponsored by GoodRx. For simple, smart savings on your prescriptions, go to goodrx.com or download the free GoodRx app. Well, here we go, the second half from Lincoln Financial Field is underway as McManus will kick it off. Rodgers back deep to receive from the goal line on the far side. Gets to the 10, toward the numbers to the 20. Now cuts along the numbers to the 25. Now that's where he's wrapped up and taken down, and the Eagles will go to work. What are you expecting different, Ross, in this second half for the Eagles offense?
I think they're going to run it more. In the first half, in particular in the second quarter, it felt like they got away from Saquon Barkley and the run game a little bit. They starting off drives to first down with a pass, and if it didn't work, they'd go to a pass on second down. Next thing you know, you have 3 plays and you haven't run it once. They were having a lot of success in the first quarter running the ball with Barkley, in particular to the left. I expect that to happen again here very quickly.
Barkley in the backfield. They've got 2 tight ends on the right side of the offensive line. Devontae Smith goes in motion. They hand it to Barkley. Starts right, cuts back left, and slips himself up to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Lucas Van Ness makes the tackle for the Packers. Each team has been banged up tonight, but on the opposite ends of where they are right now. Nakobe Dean for the Eagles is out. Amber told us that at halftime, that he is out for the game. That's a really difficult injury. It's a knee injury. Meanwhile, Elton Jenkins, an offensive lineman for the Packers, is probably going to be out for the rest of the game. On second down and 6. They hand it off to Barkley again. Barkley runs over the block of his right guard and gets the first down across the 36-yard line. Barre makes the tackle for the Packers.
2 runs, both to the left, both behind Landon Dickerson and Jordan Mailata for a first down. I think a lot of Eagles fans are wondering where that was in the second quarter. I'm a big believer, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is a play-action pass here on first down to give Saquon a little bit of a breather. But I'm a big believer. You know this, Tom. if you're having success with something, keep doing it until they stop.
Hurts is under center instead of out of the shotgun. He'll take the snap, hands it to Barkley. He'll cut right, spins in the backfield, and scrambles forward to the 34. It's a loss of about 2. TJ Slayton has his arm up, so we'll give him the tackle for the Packers.
Terrific job that time by the Packers. It started with Slayton. Slayton beat Cam Jurgens, the center, at the point of attack. After a couple really nice positive gains by the Eagles, you don't expect them to have a lost yardage play like that, but there were Packers all over the backfield, starting with Slayton.
Out of the backfield, Barkley is stretched out to the Packers side of the field, near their sideline. Out of the gun is Hurts. He'll take the snap, drops back to pass, has plenty of time. Steps to his left, pressure's coming, he doesn't see it, and he goes down, sacked at the 25-yard line. Rashawn Gary, who had 7.5 sacks in the regular season, picks up one here for a loss of 8.
It's a totally unacceptable sack by Hurts. Again, he had at least 5 seconds, to throw the football. Credit the Packers secondary in the sense that nobody was open down the field, but if you're Hurts, you must throw that football away. If nobody's open, throw it away to give yourself a reasonable chance on third down instead of 3rd and 19.
Yeah, they're 1 for 6 on third down. That's what Sirianni told Amber. On third down and 19, they just give it to Barkley. They're going to be booing here. He's wrapped up and taken down at the line of scrimmage. Carl Brooks makes the tackle for the Packers. Some of the Packers defenders, including Brooks, are now waving to the crowd as they get out off the field, and man comes on the punt.
Just a disastrous offensive series to start this half for the Philadelphia Eagles, and it really does feel like the next score in this game is the most important score, right? If the Packers score to make it a 1-score game, then game on. Eagles had a chance to maybe try to extend their lead. They weren't able to do it.
Jaden Reed back deep to receive. This is a heck of a punt by man, going from right to left, and Reed backpedals to the 10. He backpedaled 20 yards. Now he goes forward to his left, and he's wrapped up and taken down at the 17-yard line. It's Zach Vaughn who makes the special teams tackle. That's a 59-yard punt. 11:33 to play here in the third quarter. It's the Eagles 10, the Packers nothing. This is Westwood One's coverage of the NFL playoffs.
When the forgotten poor are suffering and in need of healing, they wait for a ship unlike any other. Mercy Ships, the largest floating civilian hospital in the world, with volunteer medical staff and crew who donate their time to save lives. Heroes of mercy, like these.
Every human being has the right to be treated as human, to have a place at the table of the human race.
If you could just see the look in the patient's eyes or the smiles that you get when lives have been changed, then it would make it all worth it.
We bring hope and healing to one person, but that person belongs to a family, and that family belongs to a community.
Together, these heroes of mercy and friends like you bring hope and healing to those who desperately need it.
Thank you! Thank you!
To learn more about Heroes of Mercy, go to mercyships.org today.
After my father was on a ventilator for 20 days due to COVID, he had so many medications. It really was daunting.
According to the National Institutes of Health, 30% of hospital admissions in older adults are drug-related, like taking meds at the wrong time. Hero simplifies medication management.
I'm so thankful that something like this exists. It holds up to 10 different medications. It's all on an app, and you can share that app with a caregiver, so I can make sure that he got his meds. Is he missing a dose of his meds?
Hero Health's smart pill dispenser alerts and delivers pills with the push of a button.
It is really so easy to use and a literal lifesaver.
Try Hero Health risk-free for 30 days. Get free contactless delivery. Call 800-420-7550. 800-420-7550. That's 800-420-7550. Hero. Medication managed.
Amber Theo Harris back here in Philadelphia, where the Eagles lead the Packers 10-0 in the third quarter. Matt LaFleur told me at the half, turnovers are killing us. Penalties are killing us. That was the worst half of football we have played all year, but our defense is playing its ass off. And he said, we're only down 10 points, so we're not panicking. I want to give you guys also an update on the Packers injuries. Defensive tackle Devontae Wyatt, he is out with a lower leg injury, and guard Elton Jenkins is out with a shoulder injury.
Those are two tough losses. There's no doubt about that. And Matt is very honest in his assessment of his team. And now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line, down 10-0. Moving from left to right, Jacobs in the backfield, Love under center. 5-man front defensively for the Eagles. They pitch it to Jacobs. He runs to his right, sprints to his left, and gets up to the 23-yard line. Oren Burks makes the tackle. Burks is playing for Nakobe Dean, who's out of this ball game with an injury. It's a gain of 7.
I think the Eagles are asking too much of their defense right now. I mean, after 3 straight 3-and-outs in the second quarter, now they get a 5-and-out here in the third quarter. I mean, eventually, as good as their defense has been, eventually they're going to break, and the Packers are going to get a scoring drive.
Second down at 3. The ball spotted at the 23-yard line of Green Bay. Again, Love is under center. They've made that adjustment with Jacobs in the backfield. They pitch it to Jacobs again. He starts right, cuts back left, nothing doing. Now he dives forward. Quinyon Mitchell had him wrapped up by the waist. He still was able to get a yard, but it could have been a whole lot more.
It could have, but this still brings up 3rd and short. Excellent tackle, by the way, by the rookie Mitchell, who's been fantastic this season for Philadelphia. But if you've noticed, it's been all 3rd and longs for the Eagles since the second quarter began, whereas the Packers, it's been a lot of 3rd and shorts like this, which give them the optionality of run or pass. And even when they do pass it, they can throw those underneath throws against zone coverage for easy first downs. They did a bunch in the second quarter.
3 of 7 on 3rd down with the Packers. It's 3rd down at about 2. Love out of the gun, drops back to pass, has time, throws to the middle, has Jacobs, and Jacobs gets across the 30, has a first down to the 35-yard line. Oren Burks makes the tackle. That was a good read. It's a gain of 11.
There it is right there, right? Love has plenty of time, and he just throws the ball to his running back, Jacobs, out of the backfield on that angle route. Love that play call by LaFleur, because you know you got the backup linebacker, Oren Burks, in. Jacobs goes out, back in.
And a first down to the 35-yard line. In motion is Tucker Kraft. Out of the shotgun is Love. He'll throw to Kraft to the near side, and Kraft breaks one tackle. Cooper DeJean, or should you Reed Blankenship at him, and he gets close to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of about 4. It'll be second down at 6. 9:20 counting to play in the third quarter. 10-0 Eagles. And again, you're right about this, Ross. I mean, they had 3 turnovers they forced in the first half, scored on 1. And that puts a lot of pressure on the Eagles' defense. Emmanuel Wilson is in the ballgame. Just the second time he's played tonight. He'll take the handoff. He runs up the middle, sheds a tackle, and gets to the 41. Blankenship came and cleaned it up. It'll be 3rd down and 4. You surprised Jacobs isn't in there on that play?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit I am. Now they're bringing him back in for 3rd down. I guess they were trying to give him a blow. What a play, by the way, by Jalen Carter, just knocking Zach Tom, the right tackle, back to initiate that. But again, Tom, 3rd and 4. This is exactly where you want to be if you're the Green Bay Packers. I mean, almost every play on LaFleur's call sheet can get you at least 4 yards.
2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Jacobs in the backfield. Love points out the Mike linebacker. Blitz coming from the Eagles. Out of the gun. He takes the snap. Pressure's coming. He's hit as he throws, and it is caught! A back shoulder catch by Wicks inside the 35-yard line. And Love took a shot after a gain of 29 yards.
Unbelievably impressive throw by Jordan Love. Nolan Smith comes in unblocked. Love off his back foot throws a fadeaway jumper to Wicks, who's in man-to-man coverage against Blankenship, and Wicks goes up and gets it. That is the play of the game so far for the Green Bay Packers.
So first down to the 30 of Philadelphia. 10-0 Eagles on top. Reed is in the backfield along with Josh Jacobs. They hand it off to Jacobs, who runs over the block of his left guard, makes a few men miss, gets inside the 25. Down to the 24-yard line, Avonte Maddox makes the tackle. It's a gain of 6, close to 7. It'll be second down for the Packers. Well, they are in field goal range now. They've missed a field goal already, but it was to the other side of the field for Brandon McManus. Ball is inside the 24-yard line. They need to get to the 20 for a first down. Jacobs in the backfield. Off to the left is Doubs. Bunch formation to the right. Now in motion is Wicks to the far side. Love out of the gun. Pockets collapsing. He rolls to his left. Throws on the run toward the end zone. Up for grabs. Incomplete. Oh, man, he's lucky he threw it into traffic. It was intended for Doubs, and there is a flag that's sitting at the 25. You assume that's going to go against the Packers.
Boy, Jordan Love has a lot of confidence in his arm and a lot of confidence.
Holding. Offense. Number 76. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Boy, that right guard position, that left guard position is really taking a beating. And they've got a receiver down. It's Doubs in the end zone with his face down into the grass.
Yeah, he's got a lot of confidence in Doubs as well. He threw it up for grabs. There were two Eagles right there, and Doubs is already wearing that guardian cap on top of his helmet, and the back of his head slammed down very hard in the end zone.
6:48 to play here in the third quarter. It's the Eagles 10, the Packers nothing. We'll take a timeout as they tend to the injured player. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
Running your own business can feel a lot like running a one-person relay race. When you've got to expand your team, share the baton with Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform has smart tools to help you attract, screen, and hire quality candidates to your roster. And they don't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Nix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Save on your New Year's car care resolutions with antifreeze, wiper blades, brakes, and more. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or shop O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh. So it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
When I wake up
the best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I put on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
The copyright of today's broadcast on Westwood One is owned by the NFL on behalf of its member clubs. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or any other use of this broadcast without the express written permission of the National Football League is strictly prohibited.
10-0 Eagles on the Packers here in the third quarter in Philadelphia, and Romeo Doubs was the intended receiver on the last pass play from Jordan Love. The stadium, which is as loud as anyone that you will see and hear in the National Football League, is dead silent right now because Doubs went back of his head down into the end zone as he came down from that pass attempt and then rolled over on his face. He is now up on his feet, but his teammates are all around him in a half circle, and the other half of the circle has some of the EMTs who have come to take care of him. But that's the good news, is that he is up on his feet. Avonte Maddox comes over and pats him on the shoulder. So does Jordan Love, his teammate, Maddox from the Philadelphia Eagles. So he is being helped toward the locker room on the far side of the field as we speak. 6:48 to play, third quarter. We'll step aside one more time. Eagles on top 10-0 over the Packers. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage? You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil like Mobil 1 can help your engine get more miles. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP Extended Life oil filter for only $38.99. Get started on your next job today with the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hey, Colorado football fans. With BetMGM's Second Chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you are right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years of age or older to wager. Colorado only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
Navy Federal Credit Union can help you dominate debt with a 0% intro APR on credit card balance transfers for 12 months. And right now, you could get $250 when you spend $2,500 using a Cash Rewards or Cash Rewards Plus card. Visit NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. After the intro rate expires, variable APRs are 15.15% to 18% based on creditworthiness. Rates are subject to change. ATM fees for cash advances are up to $1 at non-Navy Federal ATMs.
10-0 Eagles are on top of the Packers. Packers with the football. It's 2nd down and 13. Romeo Doubs being helped into the locker room. Empty backfield for the Packers. Trips to the left, 2 receivers to the right. 4-man defensive front for the Eagles on 2nd down. Love takes the snap, throws toward his right, and swatted away. Incomplete. Jalen Carter got a hand on it. It'll be 3rd down. He is a big man, an athletic man.
Incredible football player. I think pretty clearly the Eagles' best defensive player, which says a lot when you have a first-team All-Pro linebacker in Zach Bond. But Carter's been utterly dominant. 3rd and 13, and it'd be a long field goal from here. This is a huge play in this game. And Doubs is out.
Ball is at the 33-yard line. In the backfield is Chris Brooks. Out of the shotgun is Love. Drops back to pass. Looks left. Throws left. Looking for the end zone. Flags come in. It's incomplete. They're going to get, I believe, Quinyon Mitchell with pass interference. He was covering up Dontavian
Pass interference.
Wicks.
Defense number 27. By rule, the ball is placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
Wow, it's the first penalty called against Quinyon Mitchell. Pass interference penalty this year.
I think it's a good call. I mean, you know, Wicks kind of made a double move there, and at a minimum, it's illegal contact.
Right.
I mean, it's way further down than 5 yards, and Quinyon Mitchell's all over it. Didn't need to be either way. He had terrific coverage. Did not need to get so handsy.
24-yard penalty. The ball is at the 9-yard line of Philadelphia. Jacobs back in. Love under center. 1 receiver to the right. Love barking out the signals. Hands it off to Jacobs. Starts to the middle. Cuts to his left. And then spins forward. He fumbled the football. He's down, though, they say, at the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 2.5. The Packers recovered anyway. Tucker Kraft came up with it. He just tripped over his own teammate.
That's interesting because it was over his own teammate. So that ball should actually come back a couple yards. Nobody, maybe, you know what?
Yeah,
maybe Blankenship did touch him a little bit.
2nd and goal from the 8-yard line from the far hash mark, going from left to right. Trips to the near side. Jacobs in motion from the far side of the near side. Love to throw. Throws to his left, and he throws it too far away from his intended receiver. It was Malik Heath, who hasn't got many targets today. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Heath fell down coming out of his outbreaking route there. Heath is out there in place of Romeo Doubs, who just went off after hitting the back of his head in the end zone. But he did make a couple nice plays last week against the Bears. They had what they wanted there with Heath with the out route. That should have been an easy touchdown if he didn't stumble.
3rd and goal. Jacobs is stretched out to the near side. Love looks over his way. 2 receivers to the left, 3 to the right, including Jacobs. Love takes the snap, drops back to pass, throws to his left, back to the end zone, and a leaping attempt incomplete. Bo Melton was the intended receiver, and the Packers will be forced to settle for their second field goal attempt of the night.
They went after Quinyon Mitchell multiple times there after the interference penalty. Bo Melton laid out for it, almost able to make a fingertip catch, which would have been super impressive.
26-yard field goal attempt for Brandon McManus. He had been 10 for 10 in field goals in the postseason before his miss in the first half. Kicking from left to right, Raleigh Towels, White Ones flying around. Good snap, good hold. Kick is right through the middle, and it is good. And the Packers are finally on the board with 5:46 to play here in the third quarter. And with that field goal, Barbasol will make another donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol Shaving Cream, delivering a quality shave at an honest value for over 100 years. 10-3 Eagles on top of the Packers here in the third quarter. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
And Doug. Limu wanted me to tell you to customize your car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. He says because we all like to save a buck. No, okay, he said with the extra cash you can lease a new truck. Wait, he said he went to middle school with geese and ducks? Actually, I think Limu just said squawk.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Shop now at the Home Depot and get up to 35% off select appliances. Plus, save up to an extra $400 on select appliances like Frigidaire. From the stainless steel French door refrigerator with crisp steel drawers to keep produce fresh longer, to the 5-burner electric range that lets you cook more at once and get meals on the table faster. Right now, get up to 35% off select appliances like Frigidaire. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Pricing valid January 9th through January 29th. U.S. only. See store online for details and minimum purchase required.
Running your own business can feel a lot like running a one-person relay race. When you've got to expand your team, share the baton with Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform has smart tools to help you attract, screen, and hire quality candidates to your roster. And they don't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Nix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
It's football season, and now you can get anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Well, almost anything. You can't get a running back, but baby back ribs? Yes. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
Looking to buy a home? Get expert advice on finding the right home, making an offer, and the latest market trends from realtors. Listen to Real Estate Today at podcast.realtor. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
Time to check the drive summary, sponsored by Gain Laundry. Mix and match scents to create your own unique scent combo that is as unique as you are. Mix, match, more happy with Gain. 12 plays, 76 yards, 5 minutes and 47 seconds. The Packers are on the board thanks to a 26-yard field goal by Brandon McManus, who is now 1 for 2. I don't know. I think I anticipated it being a higher scoring game than 10-3 at this point.
Yeah, it's not been impressive really offensively for either team, and certainly give the defenses some credit, but doesn't feel like the offenses are clicking on all cylinders, that's for sure.
Rodgers and Gainwell back deep to receive the kickoff from McManus, which goes 2 yards deep, near side. And here comes Gainwell out to the 10, the 20, to the 25. And he covers up the football to the 32. Let's check in with Amber Theo-Harris.
An update on Packers receiver Romeo Doubs. A scary moment as he went down in the end zone, hitting his head. We are told he is being evaluated for a concussion. Right now, we do not know if he will return or not, but a tough break for the Packers, who are already missing Christian Watson.
Christian Watson, who was injured last week in the Bears game. First down for the Eagles, up 10-3 from the 32-yard line of Philadelphia. Barkley is back in. 2 receivers stacked to the right. 4-man defensive front for the Packers. A.J. Brown is in motion. They hand it off to Barkley, running left. Barkley's got some blockers, and he is taken down at the 35-yard line. It's Edgerrin Cooper, who made the tackle. A gain of about 4.
Edgerrin Cooper is so good. The Eagles had that blocked so well. I thought there was a chance Barkley was going to be able to take that a long way. Cooper undercut it and was able to chase Barkley down. That is rare speed for the rookie linebacker from Texas A&M.
Bunch formation to the near side for the Eagles. Barkley in the backfield. He'll take the handoff, runs up the middle, cuts to his left. Nothing there. Quay Walker makes the tackle. Actually, he may have gotten 3 on that one. Going to be 3rd down. Tom McCarthy and Ross Tucker here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Philadelphia. Amber Theo Harris is down on the sidelines. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers professional-grade supplies and solutions made for every industry and backed by product experts. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop on by. It's 3rd down. Hurts to throw. Rolls to his left. Throws on the run. He has Devontae Smith in the flat, and he's got a 1st down inside Packers territory. Shoved out of bounds at the 33-yard line. That is a huge gain, and it's the first completion for Hurts since the end of the 1st quarter. 28 yards.
That is unbelievable. First completion since the 1st quarter. I love that boot action right there off of the run fake. Devontae Smith was wide open as the linebackers had stepped up to stop the run.
2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Barkley in motion out of the backfield. Hurts out of the gun. Throws to his left. He has Smith again. Smith on the near sideline. Powers his way inside the 25-yard line. They'll spot him at the 24. McKinney and Valentine met him. He's not a big dude, Devontae Smith, but he was playing like a big dude right there.
Well, that's why I'm laughing. I know what Devontae looks like in street clothes, and they list him at 170. I'm not sure he is 170. He might be the skinniest pro football player I've ever seen, and yet he tried to run right through 2 Packers DBs. I love it.
2nd down and 1. Hurts looks like he's changing the play. Plenty of time on the play clock. He's out of the gun. To his right is Barkley. 2 receivers to the left. Hurts throws to his left for Goddard. Goddard takes and spins. Goddard shoulders his way inside the 15. Stiff arms to the 10. Inside the 5. Touchdown, Eagles. That was all Dallas Goddard. 24 yards. And the Eagles are on top 16-3.
That was a 20-yard stiff arm. I've never seen that before.
Amazing.
I mean, Valentine blocking him. Goddard stabbed him in the face 3 times. You're allowed to do that. You can't grab the face mask, but you can butt with your hand. He made contact at the 21-yard line. I've never seen that in my life.
4 postseason touchdowns for Dallas Goddard in his career. Jake Elliott on for the point after. Good snap, good hold. Kick is on its way, and it is no good. Off to the left. His problems continue. He's usually right on target when it comes to extra points, but it might be in his head now. That's his 2nd miss of the year. So it's Eagles 16, Packers 3. That could loom large. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
Finding quality candidates for your small business is no little league game, but Indeed can help you cover all your hiring bases. Their all-in-one hiring platform has smart tools to help you attract, screen, and hire quality candidates. And they don't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Nix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Navy Federal Credit Union can help you dominate debt with a 0% intro APR on credit card balance transfers for 12 months. And right now, you could get $250 when you spend $2,500 using a Cash Rewards or Cash Rewards Plus card. Visit NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. After the intro rate expires, variable APRs are 15.15% to 18% based on credit worthiness. Rates are subject to change. ATM fees for cash advances are up to $1 at non-Navy Federal ATM.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's football season, and now you can get anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Well, almost anything. You can't get a running back, but baby back ribs? Yes. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
Let's check the drive summary, sponsored by University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn graduate and undergraduate certificates online with the University of Maryland Global Campus. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate by Chev. 5 plays, 68 yards, 2 minutes, 26 seconds. Dallas Goedert on a rumbling 24-yard touchdown pass from Jalen Hurts. A missed extra point makes it 16-3, two-score game. And here come the Packers trying to charge back. Nixon takes the kickoff at the goal line and runs up across the 20 to the 22-yard line before he's taken down. Tristan McCullough made the special teams tackle. All right, so now after a sustained drive the last time out, the Packers still, Ross, because of the missed extra point. If they score a couple touchdowns and hold the Eagles, well, that could go back and haunt Philadelphia.
It could, but it still feels like the Packers are going to have to score a couple of touchdowns, and they haven't scored one yet. And now they have to do it without Romeo Doubs, but they have been moving the ball better as of late.
Empty backfield, 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Love out of the gun. Jacobs is shuttled out to the far side. Love takes the snap, drops back to pass, throws to the middle, has Jacobs. Jacobs across the 30, stiff arms his way to the 35, crawls to the 38. Zach Vaughn makes the tackle. So did Nolan Smith, a gain of 15.
Really nice first down play there by the Packers. They saw that the Eagles are going to be in a soft zone coverage. Everybody dropped way out, and so they just had Josh Jacobs, who's just been outstanding out of the backfield today. And they just threw that underneath route to him, and he's so good run after the catch.
Jacobs has 26 yards in the air, 41 yards on the ground. First down to the 37. He'll take the handoff, runs left, cuts back left up to the 40, dives forward to the 41. Reed Blankenship made the tackle. He made a man miss in the backfield, Zach Vaughn. That'll be second down. Officially second down and 6. To the 41-yard line, 2:15 left to play in the third quarter. 16-3 Philadelphia. All the home teams, well, been 3 games so far, but the home teams have won all 3. They need to get to the 47-yard line for a first down. 2 receivers to the right. Love out of the gun, looking to the middle. Pass is complete to the middle. He's got Reed inside Eagles territory, and he gets to the far side of the 46, and he is hurt. He was tackled by Reed Blankenship after a gain of 14 and immediately went to the ground holding his arm.
He got rocked by Blankenship, and I love the fact that the Packers keep changing up the snap count. That was a quick snap count there. But Blankenship came in and put his left shoulder right on the right arm elbow of Reed, and you could see him wincing in pain before he even went down to the ground.
Well, he's up on his feet and walking off, not holding his arm anymore, which is a good thing. But again, they're without Romeo Doubs. They lost Watson last week. Christian Watson tore his ACL in the second quarter last week. So their receiving core is depleting, and now he's going to the blue tent. Now they're holding that arm, which is not a good sign. It's first down for the Packers. Jacobs in the backfield, 2 receivers right, 1 tight to the line to the left. That's Wicks. Love takes the snap, hands it off to Jacobs, who runs right up the middle. Jalen's Hunt makes the tackle, and he's to the 42-yard line, gain of about 3. So what do you do when you keep losing receivers? Do you just double up with the tight ends?
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're doing here as Musgrave comes in. Now, they still have enough receivers, right? I mean, you still have Dontavian Wicks, you still have Malik Keith, you still have Bo Melton, but what you don't have is anybody else. You have other guys to rotate in, so you'll see probably more 2 tight end sets like they have here with both Musgrave and Tucker Kraft out there.
Kraft is in motion to the left side of the offensive line. In the backfield is Wilson. Love looking to throw. Throws on the run, and it's incomplete. He's very fortunate. It was Emmanuel Wilson who was the intended receiver. Zach Vaughn was covering him up.
Jordan Love should have run.
He should have run.
He had a lot of room to run. And
he would have had the first down.
And even if he threw that out there to Emmanuel Wilson, they probably would have lost yardage. I mean, Zach Vaughn was right there. I think it's very possible this is 4-down territory. 3rd and 7. You're down 13, less than a minute left in the third quarter. I think the Packers have 2 downs to get 7 yards here. That opens them up to run it here if they want to.
And they have Chris Brooks in the backfield, not Jacobs. Bunch formation to the right. Eagles showing blitz. Now they pull back on 3rd down. Love drops back to pass. Throws to his right. Pass is complete to the right. Wicks, he threaded the needle and threw a fastball to him for 1st down. It's a gain of 10 yards.
What a throw by Jordan Love. I mean, that was an absolute laser beam between 3 different Eagles in zone coverage. Vaughn, Gardner Johnson, and Slay. That is a beautiful throw by Love. Those are the type of throws that when he makes it, that's why people are so excited about the Packers franchise quarterback.
20 seconds and counting to play 3rd quarter. Love signals for his tight end to come in motion. Crafts takes the snap, drops back to pass, throws right, passes incomplete. It was intended for Wicks, who took a shot. It was Slay and Vaughn who were there, and he's slow to get up. It'll be 2nd down. I mean, he took a shot.
These Packers receivers, especially against zone coverage, are really taking some blows from the Eagles as they're delivering a lot of blows. Jalen Carter is pleading right now with Brad Allen, the head referee, to please call a hold. He feels like he's getting held every time against Sean Ryan, the right guard for the Green Bay Packers.
2nd and 10, 7 seconds to play, 3rd quarter, 16-3 Eagles. Packers are inside Eagles territory, moving from left to right. They'll hand the ball off to Jacobs, makes one man miss, goes to his right, inside the 25-20. He drags a defender inside the 10 to the 5, toward the goal line. And he is in. Touchdown Packers. What a rumbling run. 32 yards for Josh Jacobs. That was amazing. His undershirt was being pulled as he was running to the middle of the field.
Josh Jacobs is a man possessed. Now, I'm not sure that he scored. They're going to take a look at this automatic booth review on a scoring play.
After reviewing the play, the runner was short of the goal line.
It's still a super impressive run.
Really impressive.
As he broke 3 or 4 tackles again and just was dragging Eagles defensive backs towards the goal line.
Ross, how about the undershirt being pulled like it was a rubber band?
Well, that's one reason why I don't understand why these guys have the undershirt sticking out, but that's a conversation for another day.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. You can chew on that while we take a break. It's 16-3, Eagles on top. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
T-Mobile 5G home internet keeps getting better. Get our fastest connection loaded with benefits. Get T-Mobile's best home internet starting at $55 a month with auto pay and any voice line. Plus, Price Lock. We won't raise your rate on internet. Check availability at T-Mobile.com/home internet.
Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Guarantees regular monthly rate plan price of fixed wireless 5G internet data with qualifying service. After $15 bill credit with postpaid voice line plus $5 a month without auto pay with debit or bank account. Regulatory fees included for qualifying accounts. $35 connection charge applies. Speeds vary due to factors affecting cellular networks.
Mayday, mayday. We've been compromised. The pilot's a hitman.
I knew you were going to be fun. January 24th.
Tell me how to fly this thing.
Mark Wahlberg.
You know what the difference between me and you is? You're gonna die. Don't shoot him, we need him! Y'all need a pilot?
Flight Risk. Rated R. Sponsored by Lionsgate.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for the NFL playoffs and Super Bowl 59. The NFL playoffs are here, and Wild Card Weekend continues with the Commanders and Buccaneers next. Wild Card Weekend, powered by Verizon, rounds out tomorrow. Visit watch.nfl.com for the full schedule. And, of course, you can hear every NFL postseason game right here on Westwood One and westwood1sports.com. Let's check in with Amber Theo Harris.
Well, the Packers lose another receiver. Jaden Reed just went to the locker room. He is questionable with a shoulder right after losing Romeo Doubs. Tom.
Wow, that is it's just decimating for the Packers.
And yet they're still moving the ball, and they're down here near the goal line. I don't think you need to mess around here with the way Josh Jacobs has been running.
First and goal for the one. Jacobs all by himself in the backfield. 3 tight ends left side of the offensive line. Love under center. They give it to Jacobs. He runs right through the middle, bounces to his left, dives toward the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Packers. It is 16-9 with 14:56 to play in the third quarter.
The Eagles actually stuffed his initial charge, but Josh Jacobs will not be denied. He just keeps battling and was able to just get that ball across the plane of the goal line. Incredibly impressed by the effort and passion from Josh Jacobs in this game.
All right, by the way, this side of the field is haunted for kickers right now. There have been 2 misses. McManus, good snap, good hole. Kick is on its way. It's right through the middle. And it's now 16-10 with 14:56 to play here in the fourth quarter. Timeout on the field. And now they're going to keep it here. So we'll stay, because why would we go away? Hello with Ross Tucker. I'm Tom McCarthy here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Philadelphia. Amber Theo Harris is down on the sidelines. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers professional-grade supplies and solutions made for every industry and backed by product experts. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. All right, we got ourselves a ball game there, Ross Tucker.
Kind of what I thought, right? I think most people thought this would be a good game. I mean, the Packers were one of the better teams in the NFL this year. I think a lot of people, thought about 3 weeks ago they were like a trendy Super Bowl pick. Then they had those last couple games against the Vikings and Bears that didn't go quite as well, but they still have the same talent that made them a top 10 offense, top 10 defense, and a team that has a lot of playoff pedigree after the way they played in this postseason a year ago.
Yeah, we kind of forget about the fact, because we talk about the offenses for these two teams. Both teams are very good defensively. The Eagles have the number 1 defense in the National Football League. Meanwhile, the Packers have the number 5 defense in the National Football League. McManus kicks it off. Rodgers will take it 2 yards deep and now take a knee. Let's check it again with Amber Theo Harris.
Well, Zach Bond is having an all-pro type of year for the Eagles, and I spoke to Howie Roseman about him, and Howie said, look, we thought he could help us on special teams, but we also thought he had the intelligence and the physicality to be an off-the-ball linebacker. But as we heard in our pregame show, Bond said, look, my instinct was to rush the passer, so he had to learn to be an off-the-ball linebacker, and he credits Vic Fangio, who was an inside linebackers coach before defensive coordinator, for helping him make that transition this year to an all-pro.
Yeah, Fangio watched the tape of his games in New Orleans and thought, I can make something of this young man. First down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Packers showing blitz. Now they pull back. Devontae Smith in motion. Hurts out of the gun. Here comes the blitz. Hurts sets up in the pocket. Throws to his right. Whoa, and a juggling catch made by Goddard. He's got it up to the 40. Evan Williams was trailing. And how about the pickup on the block by Saquon Barkley, who picked up Edgerrin Cooper?
I love it, Tom. You're seeing the blitz pickup by running backs for me. You're reading my brain. It was awesome by Saquon Barkley. He took Edgerrin Cooper out and then got it with the one-handed catch. Eagles going right on the football here.
First down for the 40-yard line of Philadelphia. Out of the gun is Hurts. 4-man front again for the Packers. They'll hand it off to Bono. Fake the hand off to Barkley. Hurts will keep it himself, running to his left. And he gets to the 45-yard line, a gain of 5. Enagbari makes the tackle for the Packers.
Really like that. I like when they run with Hurts. You don't have to do it all the time, but you have to do it enough to keep the defense honest. That time they pulled Becton, the right guard, and Lane Johnson, the right tackle, to the left. They'll come back with that play then and just give it to Saquon and have everybody thinking it's Hurts keeping it.
Second down at 5. Bunch formation to the far side. 5-man front for the Packers. Now they're showing blitz. They give it to Barkley, running to his right. Moves the pile up to midfield. midfield, close to a first down. I think he's got it to the midfield. And they'll move the chains. Mari made the tackle again.
Thought there was a little bit more room if Saquon Barkley had kept that outside to the right. I don't think his vision is his greatest strength.
Line to gain. Now they're saying he's short of the line to gain, Ross. They spotted it differently.
Yes, that would be replay assist, right? Because the officials on the field had said first down and move it. Now they got to move it back. I think most people in the galaxy know which play should be coming here on 3rd and less than a yard. I think everybody would be stunned if this isn't the tush push, or as people around here like to call it, the brotherly shove.
That's exactly right. They're 25 of 30 on the brotherly shove this year on 3rd and 4th downs. This is 3rd down and 1. They're the best in the NFL on 3rd down and 4th down and 1. They need to get to midfield. They're set up with the tush push, the brotherly shove. Hurts under center. Oh, he's going to run back. He's going to look to throw it. He's going to throw to the right for A.J. Brown. He overthrows him. It'll be 4th down. Did they just outthink themselves?
I think you only do that on 3rd down if you're gonna run it the right way on 4th down. You know what I mean? Like I just can't imagine that you do. I think they thought they could get a touchdown there, and that A.J. Brown would be scot-free. 3rd down's the right down to do that if you have a high level of confidence on 4th down, running it the normal way, which I think we'll see here.
Yeah, here we go. The tush push on 4th down and 1. The Packers stopped it in Brazil one time. Hurts hits the line, dives forward. He's got it. And he's inside Packers territory to the 48-yard line.
You know, he got it by more than a yard.
Yeah. If you're going to fake the tush push, though, Ross, you have to look at the Rutgers football playbook in order to do it. They're the ones that effectively are able to fake the tush push and get some yards.
Yes, remember that? I love it. You know, there's so much ingenuity off this play. Who would have thought just having the guys push the quarterback could turn into a cottage industry, a whole genre of plays off of it.
13 minutes to play, 4th quarter. Eagles up 6. They hand it to Barkley running left, and Barkley moves the pile to the 45. It's a gain of 3. He was wrapped up initially by Isaiah McDuffie. McDuffie out of Boston College, just like Jeff Hafley, the first-year D coordinator is. Former head coach decided to stop being the head coach to be the defense coordinator of the Packers. 2nd down and 7 for the 45 of Green Bay. Eagles up 6, Barkley in motion. They throw to Barkley on the near side. He's got blockers. Barkley gets to the edge on the sideline before he's shoved out of bounds by Nixon. A flag comes in. They're going to say it was a late hit by McDuffie. Sarah Thomas, the down judge, makes the call. She threw the flag.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 25, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
So they're going to get Keyshawn Nixon for the late hit out of bounds.
Boy, that is a huge penalty.
Huge.
Nice job by Saquon to finish the run hard. He's clearly out of bounds. Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, he's out of bounds. You know what? I think it's a good call.
Yeah,
I just watched it a second time. He's 5 yards out of bounds, and Nixon gives him a shove with his right hand. It's silly is a much nicer way to describe it than how I would describe it.
Well, we can describe it later on.
I mean, that is a huge penalty in this game, because even just a field goal for the Eagles is gigantic.
12-10 to play, 4th quarter. They move the ball to the 26-yard line of Green Bay. Devontae Smith in motion. They hand it to Barkley, running to his right. Lowers his shoulder, drags the defender to the 20-yard line. It was Nixon again who makes the tackle, but it's a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Barkley's coming up. He's limping.
Gainwell's going to come in for him at least on this play. But that was a super impressive tackle by Keyshawn Nixon. I mean, it was just one-on-one there, and Nixon was able to get him down. Saquon ran over him a little bit, but was able to get him down eventually.
18 carries, 86 yards. His gait is better as he walks off the field, which is a good thing. Hurts works out of the gun. 2 receivers to the left. Now Smith comes in motion. They hand it to Gainwell. Runs up the middle. Cuts to the right. gets to the 15 and down close to the 14-yard line. Quay Walker makes the tackle. Eagles are a very good second-half team as Barkley comes back in.
Yeah, especially running the football. And I can't emphasize enough, whether this close, Tom, how important it is that they at least get a field goal. Obviously, they're doing everything they can to score a touchdown,
right,
but they got to go up 2 scores. Take care of the football, whoever has it.
10:50 to play, fourth quarter. 16-10 Eagles. They're moving the ball. They fake the handoff to Barkley. Hurts keeps it himself to his left. Gets outside the numbers as flags come in. He's out of bounds at the 13. Got 2 yards on that one, and I believe that penalty is going to go against the Eagles.
Holding. Offense, number 6. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
Devontae Smith called for the penalty, so it negates the run. Still keeps him in field goal range.
It does, however, any type of negative yardage play like that, and that's a tough one on Smith, I think it's probably a good call, but he didn't know Jalen Hurts was going to bounce that run outside of him. But, you know, that penalty is more significant with Jake Elliott's recent struggles than it otherwise would be, right? I mean, the further you push back the Eagles, the less confidence that he has and that they have in him, despite what they say publicly. It'd be hard to not be a little bit nervous about Jake Elliott.
Ball moved back to the 24-yard line. He's missed 8 field goals this year, 1 for 7 from beyond 50 yards. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Barkley in the backfield. Hurts, hands in the hand warmer, takes the snap count out of the shotgun. Looks over the defense, now changes the play. Play clock down to 5. Play clock down to 2. Now 1, takes the snap, drops back to pass, looks left, throws left, pass is complete to the left for Devontae Smith. And Smith gets to the 16. Valentine there to meet him. It's a gain of 8 yards.
I think Hurts checked to the pass there. I think it was supposed to be a run. That surprised me a little bit because the Packers were showing 2 deep safeties. So you'd think with 2 deep safeties and Saquon Barkley out there that you'd like to try to take advantage of that and run the ball. Wouldn't be surprised if we see that here.
Second down and 12 from the 17-yard line. They need to get to the 5 for first down. Drive is the mask more than 5 minutes. Hurts to throw. Pockets collapsing. Rolls to the right. Now he's going to run. Flags come in. Cuts to his left. Gets to the numbers. Goes to the 15. And he's dragged down from behind at the 14-yard line. Barre and Cooper make the tackle, and the penalties against the Eagles.
Holding. Offense, number 65. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Lane Johnson has had 4 penalties called against him in the regular season.
He fell. He was trying to brace against the bull rush from Rashawn Gary, and he fell down, and he kind of pulled Gary down on top of him as he was bracing. I still think the Eagles are making a mistake here by not running these last couple plays. You know, you're putting yourself in a position to have a holding penalty like that.
Second down at 22, and Barkley is off the field. Gainwell is in.
And you wonder if second and 22, Tom, they start to think more about, hey, we got to try to get as close as possible for the field goal. Now they got to burn a timeout.
Yeah, they use a timeout with 9:03 to play. The play clock was down to 1. The Eagles are on top 16-10. Don't miss all the NFL excitement on NBC later tonight when Tampa will take on the Washington Commanders. Of course, you can also hear that game right here on many of these same stations on the NFL app or online at WestwoodOneSports.com. Jason Benetti and Mike Mayock will be on the call tonight from Tampa. Laura Oakman's on the sidelines. You can hear her the entire postseason through the Super Bowl. Give me an idea what you're going to see tonight with the Commanders and the Buccaneers.
I hope and think a lot of points. You know, both those quarterbacks, Baker Mayfield and Jaden Daniels, have had fantastic seasons. I mean, for Jaden Daniels to play this well as a rookie, and in particular, love what he did week 16 against the Eagles, week 17 against the Falcons, in a couple situations where the Commanders absolutely had to have it.
Second down at 22 here with the Eagles on top 16-10, 9:05 to play in the fourth quarter. Chance to move on in the postseason. Their opponent is yet to be determined, whoever the winner of this one. Ball spotted at the 26-yard line. Dotson comes in motion. Hurts out of the gun, looking to throw. He's hit as he throws. It's caught by Goddard to the left. Outside the numbers, he powers his way to the 17. Cooper is in on the coverage, and Hurts was hit as he threw that football.
It's actually one of the better plays by Jalen Hurts tonight. I mean, he got hit as he was throwing it, couldn't step into it, couldn't follow through, but still was able to deliver the ball to Goddard to get 9 critical yards there.
So now 3rd down and 13. Changing the play. Play clock is down to 9. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Takes the snap, rolls it to the right, thought about the option. He'll keep it himself, runs to the middle, now cuts to the left, tries to get outside the numbers, hurdles his way down to the 12-yard line. McKinney makes the tackle. It'll be 4th down. And don't forget, Hurts, in concussion protocol before this game, was thrown down by McKinney, and unfortunately, I don't think he hit the back of his head on the turf.
No, and I'm okay with everything that happened there. I'm okay with the play call. Jalen Hurts switched to the option. He ended up keeping the ball. Had a chance to maybe break it, but at least put them in a very reasonable field goal attempt range here for Jake Elliott.
30-yard field goal attempt from the far hash mark. Man is the holder, kicking from left to right. Good snap, good hold, kick is on its way, and it is good. And the Eagles go on top 2 scores, 19-10 with 7:33 to play in the 4th quarter. We'll take a timeout. This is Westwood One's coverage of the NFL playoffs.
Did you know? VA home loans are a key to home ownership for those who served.
I would tell anybody who is interested in getting a VA loan to just do it.
For me, the best thing about the VA loan was the simplicity of it. I was expecting, government paperwork. It was going to go on forever, and it just wasn't.
Since the down payment for a VA loan is minimal, we were able to purchase this home and then use the money that we were going to use as a down to actually fix up the home.
And the only way we could do that was because the nest egg that we had saved for the down payment, we didn't have to use because we went the VA route.
This is a wonderful benefit that veterans can take advantage of.
In the military, we make a lot of sacrifices. We're away from our family a lot. And with the VA loan, it's a way that it makes it easier for us to get a home.
To learn more about VA home loans, visit va.gov/home loans.
My life was challenging from the beginning.
Daisy spent most of her life in and out of foster care.
It's always in the back of your mind. When am I going to have to move again?
Daisy finally has the safe, permanent home she deserves, thanks to the work of the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, which is committed to finding forever families for the longest waiting children in foster care. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
At Movember, we're best known for the mustache. Well, here's the thing. Men's health deserves support year-round, which is why we're more than a month, more than mustaches. All year round, we're doing more. We're delivering more research, more treatments, doing more to help men live happier, healthier, longer lives. But we need your support, because the more we can do, the more fathers, brothers, partners, sons we can protect. Movember, more than a month. Learn more at Movember.com.
Furnished by Movember.
You can stream the NFL playoffs on Westwood One for free, sponsored by Pfizer. Hey, football fans, ready for RSV season? Check eligibility and schedule an RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. 19-10, Eagles on top of the Packers here in the 4th quarter. We're halfway through the 4th quarter, 7:33 to play. Again, we've had chalk so far in the NFL playoffs. This is game 4. 2 games yesterday. The Texans in just a wobbly ball game, able to win against the Chargers, and then last night the Ravens knocked off the Steelers. Today it was the Bills down 7-0 to start. They come from behind and win against the Broncos in their very loud pants. Jake Elliott kicks it off. The ball bounces in and out of the end zone.
When you first said that, I thought you said loud fans, but you said loud pants. Oh, man. Jokes are so much funnier when you're not ready for them, when you're not expecting them. That was awesome. All right, speaking of that was awesome, the Packers need a drive here, right? 7:33, down 2 scores, a touchdown and a field goal wins it for them. They've been moving the ball better. They still are without their 2 best receivers in this game. In fact, they're without their 3 best receivers, right? I mean, their guys are Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs. Watson didn't play at all in this game, but both Doubs and Reed have gotten hurt during the game.
Tight end Tucker Kraft is in motion. They fake the handoff. Laud looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Throws to Jacobs out of the backfield. Jacobs on the right side. Gets to the first down marker. Cuts back to the left. And goes forward to the 35. He's had a well of a game. Cooper DeJean came up to make the tackle.
He really has. There's 2 things that need to happen now for the Eagles defensively as the Packers are going to their hurry up. Number 1, they got to get some more pressure on Jordan Love. That's really slowed down. Number 2, they got to cover Josh Jacobs, especially with the Packers down their top 3 receivers.
Jacobs is limping off the field. Wilson's into the backfield. They'll hand it off to him. He runs to the right over his right guard. He gets up to the 38-yard line. Gain of about 4. Zach Vaughn makes the tackle. They cannot afford to lose Jacobs. And Ross just mentioned they've lost Doubs, they've lost Reed, and Jacobs has 121 yards total offense.
He's trying to work it out on the sideline. He's limping and walking around.
6.5 to play here in the 4th quarter. Jalen Carter is trying to get this crowd, capacity crowd, nobody's left, trying to get them to get louder and louder. Receiver to the right, 2 to the left. Love takes the low snap, throws to his right quickly to Kraft, who's got it, and Vaughn shuts him out of bounds. It's a gain of 3. It'll be a manageable 3rd down and 3. And still no Josh Jacobs, who continues to limp on the sidelines.
And I think the math has changed for any of these situations for Green Bay. This has got to be, you think, 4-down territory again for them. So it makes it a lot easier to get first downs if you know you're using all 4.
6 for 11 on 3rd down so far. They trail it by 9. 5:50 left to play in the 4th quarter.
Eagles showing blitz. Jordan Love just checked.
They hand the ball off. They give it to the running back, Wilson, who is stopped after a gain of 1. He went right into the pile and was met by Jalen Carter. Actually, they're going to say no gain on the play.
And I think he might have even lost a little bit on it. 4th down. Packers, watch them try to quick count them again here. They've gotten the Eagles twice with a quick snap, quick count. This is pretty much the game here if the Packers don't get this.
4th down and 3. They need to get to the 44-yard line for a first down. Love out of the gun. It's Wilson in the backfield. No Josh Jacobs. 3 receivers to the left. Tight end to the right. And now Wilson shifts in the backfield. Love takes the snap. Drops back to pass. Throws left. Pass is complete. Out of bounds. He caught it, but he was out of bounds when he grabbed it. It's incomplete.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that.
And the Eagles will take over. And again, they're down 3 receivers.
I mean, he was wide open. He catches it, and there's like no awareness whatsoever from the young receiver, Malik Heath, and his left foot comes down out of bounds. A professional receiver has got to be able to get both feet down. Just a critical mental error by Heath.
4:58 to play here in the 4th quarter. It's the Eagles 19, the Packers 10. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha!
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Were you uninvited to game night? Do you play board games with the ferocious intensity of an iron-fisted oligarch? Have friends left game night asking, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. Right now, during Mattress Firm's semi-annual sale and clearance, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic, plus get a $300 instant gift. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Get more of the NFL with NFL Plus and start streaming more touchdowns, more hurdles, more action.
Just a tremendous play.
NFL Plus has you covered. Stream the NFL postseason and Super Bowl 56 live on mobile.
He's in. Touchdown.
Plus, stay connected throughout the offseason with special coverage of the NFL Scouting Combine, NFL Draft, and more.
Let's go! Yeah!
Subscribe today at plus.nfl.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Back here at Lincoln Financial Field, they're kind of celebrating just a little bit with the Eagles up 19-10 and with the football, which leads us to our fact of the game, sponsored by Liberty Mutual. The highest rush average by a rushing champion in the Super Bowl era is Barry Sanders at 6.13. He was magnificent. But Saquon Barkley this past year, he rushed for over 2,000 yards, and his rush average was 5.81, which is fourth in the Super Bowl era. Nobody should have to pay for one-size-fits-all insurance coverage. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. That's today's fact of the game. And we say that because you would assume Barkley is going to get the lion's share of the opportunities on this series. First down from the 41-yard line of Green Bay. Barkley takes the handoff, runs left, and is wrapped up by Kenny Clark and taken down. A timeout is called by Green Bay with 4:52 to play. So they have 2 timeouts left.
That's about as early as you'll ever see a coach call a timeout. 4:52 in the game. But he knows what the Eagles are going to try to do here and continue to milk that thing, and he wants to stop it now while he still has a chance to stop it.
And Matt LaFleur has been obviously criticized for clock management over the last several weeks. So, he's dialed in right now what he thinks he can do and what he thinks he needs to do.
This is also the time in the game where Saquon Barkley has broken a lot of long runs this year. Typically the Eagles have a massive offensive line, and just the volume of runs over the course of the game, late in the game, is when he usually breaks one, kicks it the distance.
Second down at 5 from the 36-yard line off this timeout. 2 receivers to the right. Dotson and A.J. Brown. Tight end to the left of the offensive line. In fact, 2 tight ends. Dotson in motion. They hand it off to Barkley. Looks left, shuffles right, stopped right at the line of scrimmage, and another timeout called. T.J. Slayton with the tackle, and now flags come in. There's been shoving going on after the play, and it's going to go against Slayton and Evan Williams.
That is the second galactically stupid play by the Packers in this game. I mean, you just can't do that. You just handed them another first down.
And Barkley stood at midfield signaling first down while everybody is being peeled off.
Over. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense. Number 93. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Slayton's off the field. And that is, what did you say, galactically?
I don't know, is that a word?
I think it's perfect.
Just well, everybody listening knows what I mean. Galactically stupid. Unbelievably dumb.
With the score, the Eagles 19, the Packers 10. There's a timeout on the field. We'll take a break. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
I'll be honest, I love clearance sales for the great prices, but what I really love is the thrill of the hunt. And right now at Kohl's Ultimate Clearance Event, there are so many hidden gems waiting to be discovered. I just went and saved 70% on cute dresses, cozy sweaters, pajamas for my whole family, and that was just the start. So if you also enjoy seeking out big savings, get to Kohl's, where the hunt is on. Select styles, offers end January 20th. Some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
Which stopped the clock. Green Bay does not wish to call timeout. Their timeout will be restored due to the dead ball foul.
So the timeout is restored because of the foul on T.J. Slayton and Evan Williams. Slayton is off the field. He's had a good game today.
He's had a really good game. That was a frustration penalty, but that's a selfish penalty. You still have a chance to win the game. You're still in the game. They got to stop there on second down. Now you give them a free 15 yards and a free first down where the Eagles can continue to chew clock.
Each team has 7 penalties in this ball game. The ball was moved to the 20 of Green Bay, right to the middle of the field. And the Eagles huddling up. game clock is stopped at 4:47. They break their huddle. Barkley's in the backfield. He's on the doorstep of 100 yards. One receiver to the right, two to the left. Goddard lined up on the left side of the offensive line on first down. They give it to Barkley. Barkley assesses to his left. Nothing's there. Kenny Clark makes the tackle, and a timeout called by Green Bay, so they have one timeout left. Robinhood Gold gets you a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions. The new gold standard is here. Sign up at robinhood.com/gold. So no gain on that play by Barkley. It'll be second down. You don't think they'll deviate here, do you?
The only way they would deviate would be a run with Jalen Hurts, right? Pull the ball since everybody's expecting it to be Saquon. I'd also like to see them try to get outside a little bit. You know, the danger of any type of outside run is you don't want them to have to run near out of bounds and have to stop the clock. That's one reason why you don't see outside runs in these situations. I think Saquon Barkley's smart enough to know that he would slide down rather than go out of bounds.
Pistol formation. Hurts in front of Barkley. Hurts hands it off to Barkley. Goes to his right, lowers himself down to the 17. Rashawn Gary makes the tackle. It'll be third down. 4:30 and counting to play. Packers are holding their final timeout. And there's an injured Packer player on the field. Is that Quay Walker that's hurt? It is Walker who's slow to get up on his feet.
A little surprised that Matt LaFleur did not use his final timeout there.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I guess he's saving it for third down. But what if the Eagles throw it on third down?
Play clock is down to 7 as the Eagles break huddle. Pistol formation, Barkley behind Hurts. Two receivers to the left, they give it to Barkley. He sprints to his left, lowers his shoulder inside the 15 to the 14. It's a gain of 4. Evan Williams makes the tackle. It'll be fourth down.
Wow, and LaFleur is saving his timeout again here.
Well, Quay Walker's hurt again, so that's going to stop the clock. Eagles fans are not going to be happy about that. It'll be fourth down. Elliott is going to be called upon to try to make this a 12-point game. First, he's going to do some warming up as they deal with Quay Walker. Walker was banged up on the previous play.
Yeah, he got pancaked by Lane Johnson very impressively.
Yeah, and I think he stepped on his own teammate's foot while getting pancaked. So he is up on his feet. He'll have to exit on fourth down. Elliott will have some practice kicks on the sideline. Now he's going to venture back out on the field. Got a couple eligible linemen for the Eagles that have just signaled in. Jordan Davis being one of them on the right side of that line. TJ Jenkins on the left side. Elliott, a 32-yard field goal attempt.
So the Eagles should let this play clock go all the way down here.
Yep.
But it's also a long time for Jake Elliott to just be standing there. I'm a little bit surprised the Eagles got lined up this quickly.
Kicking from left to right from the far hash mark. Trying to make this a 12-point game. It's 19-10. Play clock is down to 3, now 2, now 1. And they'll call a timeout.
I like that. I like the decision of the Eagles to call the timeout there because you felt like Elliott was out of his routine there, wanting the play clock to go all the way down the way in which they did.
And now he can come onto the sideline while the timeout's happening, and he can kick a few just to get some practice going. Well, you certainly could not say that this is pretty for the Eagles. But if they hold on and win, they'll take it. They made way less mistakes than the Packers did here this afternoon. Packers turned it over 3 times, penalized 8 times. And now we go again. The timeout is over. 32-yard field goal attempt by Jake Elliott. Braden Mann is the holder. Rick Lovato is the long snapper. Kicking from left to right. Good snap, good hold. Kick is on its way, and it's right through the middle. It's good. And it's 22-10. The Eagles are on top with 3:12 to play here in the fourth quarter. and all around the Delaware Valley. I think some Eagles fans are having their victory salads. Stay tuned for part 3 of our NFL Wild Card playoff tripleheader on Westwood One. It'll be Washington against Tampa. Jason Benetti, Mike Mayock, and Laura Oakman will have all the action live from Raymond James Stadium at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on most of these same Westwood One stations, via the NFL app, on Alexa-enabled devices, or online at our website, westwoodonesports.com.
What's wrong with the victory salad?
Nothing wrong with it, particularly this time of the day. It'll digest nice and easy.
This is just a salad, so I don't eat something bad.
Oh, I wasn't speaking about you.
Yeah, thank you.
You just don't want to eat bad on your
on
ride
my drive home.
Right.
Although I do have a Philly pretzel here for the drive home.
Well, that's good. There's plenty of Wendy's on the Pennsylvania Turnpike also. Elliott will tee it up at the 35-yard line. Nixon is back deep to receive. Bo Melton is back there as well. They've had to change that up a little bit today. Elliott's kickoff is going to go way out of the end zone. Oh, no. They're going to catch it and just take a knee. But Nixon was just going to let that go. All right, so now if you're the Packers, you got 3:12 to play. You have one timeout left. You're down 12. You can't dilly-dally at all when it comes to this offensive set, right?
No, and I got to ask you, Tom, I don't understand why LaFleur didn't use his last timeout.
I don't either.
Like, whatever the logic was to use the first two, why would he have not used the last one? Because now they only have 3:12. They got to really hurry and get chunk plays. If you're the Eagles, you do not want to let them get out of bounds. I put a premium on having outside leverage and making sure if you give something up, it's inside.
And Love is wrapped up and taken down by Nolan Smith, and Smith will just waltz him to the other side of the field, and they'll blow the play dead. Josh Myers, the center, is down on the field for the Packers with 3:02 to play. Don't forget, they lost Elton Jenkins in the first half, their left guard. Travis Glover came in, but he was penalized 3 times, so they benched him.
Well, Milton Williams was able to beat the left guard again, and then Nolan Smith was able to get the sack. Well, on some level, it's a break for the Packers that Myers got hurt because it stopped the clock.
Well, now they've got to decide.
That was a sack.
Yeah.
And so because of the sack, they were going to have to really hustle to get the next playoff. Instead, now they should be able to get the playoff right away.
Jacob Monk, the rookie, was taking some snaps, but now they're going to shift it up. Travis Glover is going to come out and maybe take some snaps as well. So with the score, the Eagles 22 and the Packers 10. There's a timeout on the field. You're listening to the NFL Players, Westwood One.
Presenting a Game Flings love story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Game Flings. Try Game Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
T-Mobile 5G home internet keeps getting better. Get our fastest connection loaded with benefits. Get T-Mobile's best home internet starting at $55 a month with auto pay and any voice line. Plus, Price Lock. We won't raise your rate on internet. Check availability at T-Mobile.com/home internet.
Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Guarantees regular monthly rate plan price of fixed wireless 5G internet data with qualifying service. After $15 bill credit with postpaid voice line plus $5 a month without auto pay with debit or bank account. Regulatory fees included for qualifying accounts. $35 connection charge applies. Speeds vary due to factors affecting cellular networks.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first time Nana moments.
And welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or diabetes, you're at higher risk of being hospitalized from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
T-Mobile 5G home internet keeps getting better. Get our fastest connection loaded with benefits. Get T-Mobile's best home internet starting at $55 a month with auto pay and any voice line. Plus, Price Lock. We won't raise your rate on internet. Check availability at T-Mobile.com/home internet.
Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Guarantees regular monthly rate plan price of fixed wireless 5G internet data with qualifying service. After $15 bill credit with postpaid voice line plus $5 a month without autopay with debit or bank account. Regulatory fees included for qualifying accounts. $35 connection charge applies. Speeds vary due to factors affecting cellular networks.
Back here in Philadelphia, Josh Myers is on the cart and being taken off the field with an apparent leg injury. He signals over to the Eagles sideline after his teammates patted him on the back. And don't forget, Elton Jenkins is the backup center for the Packers. So they had three different offensive linemen who were trying to snap to Jordan Love during that timeout. This is game 2 of 3 in the NFL playoffs today. The Bills came from behind to win it 28-14 over Denver. They were down 7-0 in a blink of an eye to the Broncos and Bo Nix. So they advance. They'll take on the Ravens next week. Later on, it's Tampa and Washington. Let's see who won the lottery. It looks like it's Sean Ryan who won the lottery to be the center.
They have the rookie Jacob Monk listed as a center guard. Yep. I think it's telling that they don't want to put him in this environment.
On second down, Love looking to throw. Flags coming. He throws long to the near side. His pass is caught on the near side by Malik Heath, who came back at the 34-yard line to make that reception.
Holding. Offense, number 75.
Well, there you go.
10-yard penalty. Still second down.
It erases a 39-yard pass play.
Well, that's what happens when you have your right guard and center.
Yep.
You have backups in at left guard and right guard. Sean Ryan just absolutely tackled Milton Williams. They had to call that. Ryan's frustrated, but that's asking a lot of a guy to go in at center in this situation in the shotgun like that.
2:37 left to play in the fourth quarter. 22-10. Eagles on top. The Eagles fans are sensing that this team is going to advance to the second weekend of the NFL playoffs. The snap is a bouncer right to Love. He'll dump it off to the right to Chris Brooks, and a flag comes in. Brooks was able to get 3 on that. Nolan Smith, Zach Vaughn make the tackle, and Jordan Love is slow to get up after making that pass play. That penalty is against the Packers again, by the way. Boy, this is
After replay assist, there is no foul for an ineligible player downfield. It is an incomplete pass.
Interesting.
You know, that happened to me once. 2004. At Giant Stadium against the Jets, I snapped the ball into my butt.
Oh, you did?
The ball hit off my rear.
Is there video to back that up, you think?
Hopefully not. I'm sure there is. That's what happened to Sean Ryan. So what happened is the D tackle flinched right before I snapped it.
Yeah.
So I was lowering my center of gravity. Yeah, my buttocks, my rear. There's a lot of words for that one. And the ball hit me in the you-know-what.
Yep.
And Bledsoe had to just jump on it. Let me tell you, not a fun feeling in front of 80,000 people to have the snap hit you in your rear.
Third down at 19. This snap is crisp to Love. He'll drop back to pass, throws it to the backfield. Emmanuel Wilson, who comes up the near sideline, and Wilson keeps going up across the 40 to the 45 before Reed Blankenship takes him out of bounds. 2:15 to play, a gain of 23 and a first down.
That's a lot of yards. I mean, he just kept running down the sideline. I don't know what happened to the Eagles defense, but they had him in second and super long, and Wilson was just screaming down the sideline.
To the 44-yard line for the Packers, down 22-10, 2:15 to play here in the fourth quarter.
The game is not over. It's a 2-score game. It's not even in the 2-minute warning yet, but the Packers have to hurry.
And 1 timeout left. Love takes the snap, drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket, throws to the middle. Pass is complete to Bo Melton, who took a hit from Blankenship as he grabbed it near the 40-yard line. It's another first down. It's a gain of 16. And we have reached the 2-minute warning here in Philadelphia in the fourth quarter. It's the Eagles 22, the Packers 10. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
It's playoff time. It is now or never. Do not miss out on the last few weeks of football action with Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching the playoffs. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. The app is so simple to use. Pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less on their projection, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money. Prize Picks now accepts major credit cards for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. Join Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app, available to play in more than 40 plus states, including California and Texas. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code PRIMETIME and get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. That is code PRIMETIME on Prize Picks. To get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5, you don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It is guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
A Gain Scent Bead story. Jim was at the laundromat when he heard his ear said, "Maraca, senor," but his nose said, "Hey, freshest scent ever." Following his nose, Jim found a man pouring a bottle of Gain Scent Beads into the washer. The scent, the freshness. Jim blurted, "Sir, your scent Maraca smell amazing." Actually, Jim, most noses call them Gain Scent Beads. Try Gain Scent Beads. Way fresher than detergent alone.
Mornings can all start to feel the same. It's wake up, brush your teeth, go to work. Wake up, brush your teeth, go to work every day. So, if you're looking for a fresh wake-up call, look no further than Wendy's Breakfast. Try a breakfast Baconator with fresh cracked eggs, or a grilled sausage breakfast burrito, or maybe even a Honey Buddy. Doesn't matter what you go for, it's going to change your life. Okay, well, it'll at least freshen up your morning. Ready for a fresh wake-up call? Gotta be Wendy's. At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Here at Lincoln Financial Field, there's 2 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. The Packers have it 1st and 10 from the Eagles' 40-yard line, down 22-10. The Eagles go into the postseason as the number 2 seed. The Lions have the bye this week. I think a lot of people think that the Eagles-Lions matchup could be the NFC Championship, but there's still 2 minutes to play here, and then, of course, next week before we find that out.
Packers still have that one timeout that they saved. The Eagles cannot give up anything deep, but also nothing breaking out. Tackle them in the field of play.
Chris Brooks in the backfield, loves going for it all, going toward the end zone for Melton, and it's intercepted! Back in the end zone, Quinyon Mitchell. Quinyon Mitchell's first career interception comes in his first NFL postseason game. And he's doing some kind of a wrestling move in the end zone to celebrate. And that will do it for the Packers season.
I like the play call, and Melton actually got behind Zach Vaughn. But Quinyon Mitchell was there waiting for it. They could have called interference on Zach Vaughn.
Yeah,
they really could have. But realistically, I think Quinyon Mitchell would have intercepted it anyway. I still think that's a situation where they need to throw that flag, though, to be honest with you.
I would agree.
It's a foul.
I think that's what Matt LaFleur is saying on the sideline right now. First down from the 20, 1:51 to play. The Packers can stop it only one time. No opening round shocker for the Packers this year. They shocked the Cowboys last year. Hurts takes the snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley runs left, dives forward to the 24. It's a gain of 4. That will send Barkley over 100 yards for the afternoon on the ground. He's the 8th Eagle player to rush for more than 100 yards in a postseason game.
Do you think LaFleur knows he still has that timeout?
I don't know. I think he probably feels like
I guess now he's just conceding it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of strange that he never used it.
Second down at 6. Hurts letting the clock wind down, letting the play clock wind down. 5 on the play clock, 1:10 on the game clock. Hands it off to Barkley again. running left. Barkley breaks loose to the 40, and he slides down. Oh, man, he could have broken it. He had Nixon to beat, but he's a seasoned veteran. He gained 17 and just wants the clock to run out.
Yeah, but why not go like 70 and then slide? I mean, nobody was catching him. That was the run right there that we talk about. I mean, he was going to easily score a long touchdown run right there. Instead, he goes down and the Eagles move on.
He has 119 yards, and now it's victory formation. Jalen Hurts takes the snap, takes a knee, and that will do it. The Philadelphia Eagles will advance to the second round of the NFL playoffs, thanks to a hard-fought 22-10 victory over the Green Bay Packers. They start to celebrate at midfield. Each team coming over to greet the other. All smiles for Saquon Barkley, who rushes for 119 yards in his first playoff game with the Philadelphia Eagles. And Amber Theo Harris is down on the field with Jalen Hurts. Amber?
Well, Jalen, you guys are headed to the NFC divisional round. What do you attribute this win to?
It's a hard-fought victory. In this time of the year, it's about finding ways to win, and I think this team did that. A great defensive battle. Our defense created 4 turnovers. That's great. So just got to build off of it. Hey.
He's saying hello to Josh Jacobs, giving each other a hug right now, giving him some respect to Josh Jacobs. But tell me a little bit more about this defense, being able to get after Jordan Love from the very first snap there, being able to force the fumble on special teams. It was an all-around effort.
Yeah, the tone was set. The tone was set on the very first play of the game. And I'm just happy we capitalized off of it.
You missed the 3 games coming out with a concussion. What allowed you to prepare for this game and come in and play mistake-free football on offense?
Just coming in, getting back in routine, and going out there and playing. I'm happy we got the win.
Well, Tampa Bay is going to be playing tonight. You guys got knocked out by them last year. How closely will you be watching that Tampa-Washington game tonight, enjoying this victory?
Yeah, we'll just, whoever comes, we got to go out there and give it our best shot and have a good week of preparation for whoever we play. So we're just going to take it a day at a time.
Congratulations on the win. Thanks, Jalen.
Thank you.
Tom?
All right, Amber, thank you very much. Jalen Hurts did everything he needed to do here today to help the Philadelphia Eagles to the victory. He certainly gave a lot of credit to his defense, and he should have, because they did force 4 turnovers. Again, Love came in without an interception and more than 180 passes.
And listen, I mean, the Packers outgained the Eagles in this game.
Yeah.
The Eagles only had 290 total yards, but the turnovers were a major difference. It was not a terrific performance offensively for the Eagles. Maybe a little bit to be expected with Hurts having missed almost 3 full games, but ultimately the Eagles able to win probably by more points than a lot of people thought they would.
Yeah, they win it tonight by a final score of 22-10. Amber asked Jalen about who he would he be watching tonight's game to see who he would face, and he gave the politically correct answer about enjoying this one, and we'll welcome in whoever it is that they were going to face.
Well, that's what you have to say, of course. But obviously, they know if the Bucs win, that's who will be coming here next week. The Bucs have kind of had the Eagles' number.
Yeah, not only recently, but in years past.
Yes,
as well.
Absolutely.
So 22-10, the final score. Barkley 25 carries for 119 yards in tonight's ball game.